Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the championship round. So we have got 3 races left this season. We're going to start off with our AFC championship match here tonight, and we've got a good one. Let me flip it over to the rules first. So again, we've got, as you'll see here, number 4 seed, Zwiki22 is going to be taking on the number 6 seed, TheLogcat, which means Zwiki got to make the rules tonight, so here they are. We're going to play as Judas. This is going to get fun just for that. Play as Judas. We'll get to what he starts with in a moment. Again, same boiler items are banned here. So, Dr. Fetus, Epic Fetus, Ipecac, Dead Sea Scrolls, Holy Bible, Toothpicks, and the Shovel are all outlawed. This also includes the D6 because Judas doesn't start with it. So the D6 is off limits, no re-rolling. Now we also add 4 other banned items onto this. The Blue Candle, Mr. Boom, Sacred Heart, Mom's Knife, some pretty carry items in there, and you're probably thinking, what's up with Mr. Boom? Let's go over to the special rule. You can't use bombs. Yeah, Zwiki likes this real evil rule. No bomb usage here tonight, so no getting into secret rooms, super secret rooms by bombs. You can teleport in still, those are fine. But again, no bombing out of rooms, no bombing against enemies, no nothing. Unless you're in the depths and there is one room, Logcat knows it well, so we don't have to explain which one it is to him. But there's one room that can get you stuck that you have to bomb through unless you can fly. It's acceptable only in that room. On that note, cards also still banned here. Emperor card, Sun card, and the World card are all outlawed. You can pick those up. You can also pick bombs up throughout the run. Just can't use any of those that are banned. So, let me flip this one on over. Like I said, on the left-hand side, your number 6 seed, TheLogcat, got here by taking out Cobalt Streak last weekend. Is going to face off, on the right-hand side against Zwiki22, who got here by taking out Vendrith last weekend. So again, your number 4 seed, Zwiki, on the right-hand side, technically your home team, he's the one that made the rules. There is a link into both of their channels, Logcat and Zwiki. They're off and running, so best of luck to both of you guys here. And ooh, look at this, starting off with a banned item over on Logcat's side. That actually, I'm surprised Zwiki isn't going to run with those cards and just take his Book of BOILeR back. That's an interesting reset for him. So you may notice Book of BOILeR is a space use item instead of your D6 here. That's going to, give you some damage up on your tiers, which is a huge help. Even though you're already a glass cannon, you've got some nice damage up on Judas to begin with and very little health to work with. And again, you see the Ipecacs right there, so we only got it for a little while longer. Might as well see those banned item emotes, because Ipecac showed up for Logcat, forcing a reset on his side, because again, you can't re-roll in this round. Ooh, speaking of that health, Logcat going to consider that. So the Rosary form is going to get him a faith increase, meaning that he's going to wind up finding a Bible in his store most likely at some point if he ever goes in. More importantly though, like I said, you're looking for some health up and he's got it now, so 3 Soul Hearts, Logcat onto his first boss fight against the Duke of Flies. And again, speaking of that health up, also getting himself 1 health container's Logcat, so moving on down to his second floor. Very nice health build already, filling out that first row almost completely had he not gone into that curse room there. At least to get some attack flies out of it. And again, fair trade-off early on. Might as well try for a really good item out of those curse rooms. I know, this health. And yes, you can. If anybody, one of the mods or any of the, any of the subscribers want to keep linking this up, !Zwiki rules will get you a link there on Imager to Zwiki's rule set that he made. Alright, second item room over on Logs, though he has no key to get into it yet. And again, you may notice over on Zwiki's side, we got a real carry item with Mom's Contacts. There's the effect coming into play, so he just used the Book of BOILeR for that damage increase on his tiers. Mom's Contact is what's giving him that freeze effect on Larry Jr., holding it in place. And again, especially against boss fights, that's ridiculously handy. So Zwiki going to be very happy with that health up container as well, moving on to his second floor. Log's already finished off most of his. Again, no item room yet on this, but fighting his boss with Pin already. And again, with no bomb usage available, yeah, I can't exactly one-hit this guy, so Log just going to have to actually take him out with tears. Again, still not too tough. You got nice damage up here. Little more health. Third container. Ooh, into a devil deal. Wow, Log loves Spirit of the Night, but he's actually going to leave it behind in favor of more damage with the mark. So spending 2 of those red heart containers, getting 1 back in a blue soul heart. Again, gets damage up on his tiers, so looking even better damage-wise as Logcat on down to his caves already, so still time advantage on the left. And again, bombs are okay to pick up, just not use. And again, enemy bombs like this, totally okay. If you line that up and can get into a secret or super secret room, I imagine that to still be okay. Those aren't bombs that you technically used. Ooh, nice, Swiftman. I like that. I like hearing this. I may be rooting for the Red Sox in that series. Just saying. I'm a bitter White Sox fan, so yeah, go Red Sox. I may be evil. So be it. And Spirit of the Traitor. Spam. And again, TheLogcat loves that flying and spectral tears off of Spirit of the Night, so I know that was really tough for him to leave behind, but he wants the damage. And I don't blame him in the slightest bit. Flying's very handy, but more damage is more damage. And see, here we go. That's how you line one of these up. Though Zwiki not getting so lucky. Well, I take back what I said. If he's getting a lock chest out of that item rock, was probably hoping for some soul hearts. At least got an eternal heart out of this, though. So if he were to get that onto the next floor with him, and actually going to take it with before his boss fight, because he doesn't want to backtrack. So here's hoping he doesn't get hit. But Zwiki will try to get that onto the next floor with him, and that could become his third red heart container. Are you sure? No, not 100% sure, Maxie. Not even close to 100% sure. I'm never sure. Anyways, Zwiki gonna fight his second boss fight, the Widow, here. And again, with that freeze effect, knew that he was probably pretty safe from getting hit, and has gone through here very, very nicely. Speaking of health up, another health container and some damage up for Zwiki. And he's got a choice to make in this devil deal. He gets Spirit of the Night and the Dead Cat. Dead Cat's kind of not even, well, I take back what I said. I was going to say, at this point, you might as well. And yeah, Zwiki's going to do it. So lo and behold, Spirit of the Night, this is what it does. Flying and Spectral Tears on the right-hand side. Zwiki down at that 1 red heart. You might as well. Went ahead and took the 9 lives Dead Cat, so now he has 9 lives at that 1 red heart. So anytime he does happen to die, he would come back to life still with that 1 red heart container. Doesn't matter how many he gets on this life, it's going to reset back down to 1, so he has to be very careful when he does get health up. And again, TheLogcat still on that never-ending search for keys. Might have to skip over a second straight item room here, but is fighting his boss at the end of this Caves 1. Again, Zwiki's got an XL version of the Caves. He's got Catacombs, the expansion version as well. So 2 item rooms, 2 back-to-back boss fights for Zwiki to come across. Little more health there with that item box and 1 soul heart for TheLogcat. Too bad gas pills, nothing too special. Isaac's head's going to be a trinket that gives him a follower with base damage tiers. And again, thankfully he does have a key. And finally gets an item out of it, so Daddy Longleg's really good find. That shadow floating around behind TheLogcat's actually going to be a spider leg that'll drop down out of the sky, damaging anything that moves in the room. That's a Balian. How you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, Log's damage is pretty freaking nice right now. This is why I love Judas. I hate the fact that he has low health, but I love the damage output on him. Log was hoping for a fortune-telling machine, most likely. Thinking about gambling. He'll come back, though, most likely, if he can. He's looking for some keys. Let's see if he doesn't happen to get lucky before his item room. If not, we got that gambling arcade. And let's see, Zwiki's found a store. Plenty of keys, though not quite enough money for it yet, so we'll see what happens here. Again, sorry my internet's having a moment like it does every day. Ooh, that dodging by Zwiki. I hate these rooms. Thankfully, Zwiki can fly, because these mini greed heads in this room, if you can't fly, get to be a serious, serious pain. And that freeze effect, definitely going to be key for this run on Zwiki, too. Every day or every hour. It's usually only when I'm uploading, so it's Comcast doesn't like me uploading. Basically what it amounts to. Alright, we got to find one of these 2 item rooms here on Zwiki sometime. It was a good pass-up on the one room that he didn't check over there, because there we go. I was going to say there's pretty much no chance that was going to connect to anything else. In fact, there is no chance he would have seen it already. But there's that first of the 2 item rooms Zwiki will find here. Ha! Okay, now it's just taunting him. Yeah, why not? 10 extra bombs. You might as well just take it. Again, bombs are outlawed by Zwiki's rules, so that's kind of the game slapping him in the face right now, as he can't actually use those. And yeah, Daddy Longlegs is actually really handy. Now, I was going to say one of the worries about it is if you have put a bomb down, or if there's a troll bomb in the room, it can actually kick them over towards you, so you do have to be kind of careful. Again, though, with these rules, we're not using bombs. And again, speaking of rules, this brings up an interesting point. This is one of the glitches we allow within BOILeR. You noticed on the right-hand side, we got Squeezy for Zwiki, so he's got those 2 soul hearts, a little bit of fire rate increase as well. But he paused right when he picked it up and waited a few seconds. That actually spawned in both of these enemy spawns at the same time. So it's a risk we allow because there's a slight bit of risk involved having those extra enemies on the screen. Zwiki wanted to go ahead and take that risk, maybe save himself some time, got through there with no hits taken, and moving right along, looking for that second item room still. So now we get to notice Celtic Cross on the left-hand side for LogCat actually enacted. When you get hit, you have a 33% chance, so when you do, you get a 5-second invincibility damage shield. And again, you saw that first hit by Pestilence actually gave that enacted on LogCat's side. And again, nothing he can do with that Devil Deal. Was maybe hoping for the 9 lives dead cat in there. Can't really do anything, though, with his 2 items, so one of the guppies showed up. It's the tail and would have killed him. So moving on down... Actually, yeah, he would have lived. I take it back. But anyways, moving on down to his steps. Again, still advantage on LogCat's side, as Zwiki has still got 2 boss fights and an item room yet to come across here. Oops, would have helped if I actually copy-pasted this. And if I spelled better, this would work too. Let's see, copy. There we go. Now that's working right. There we go. And again, you notice Zwiki not even going to bother flying in for those 3 extra bombs. He's sitting on 22, and again, with his rule set, you can't use any of them. So unless down here in the steps, and again, LogCat knows what rooms we're talking about. Wow, I can't believe that one. So yeah, I was going to say, probably just realized what he did, so there's that reset. We were just talking about that, too. That is such a force of habit. And again, that's the slight advantage, if you will, of not knowing the rules, is the lower rank coming in here. So the person with the higher rank, in this case Zwiki, got to make those rules. Log didn't find out until 10 minutes before the race. And there's those 2 boss fights. So does Zwiki want to worry about that last item room here? Not going to bother yet. He's got himself a Fallen fight, so guaranteed free Devil Deal item here. And again, all you have to do is watch out. It can actually spawn, let's see, now 2 banned items for you. So you really have to be careful about being right on the spawn point of this item, but shouldn't have to worry too much about the rest of this with the freeze effect here. That would be the one thing to worry about. If you're brimstoning, or if the Fallen, I should say, there is brimstoning, while you get him frozen, the brimstone stays on screen and will damage you. Ooh, did this turn out well? The second guppy item. And that is Guppy's Paw for Zwiki, so that can actually turn any red heart container you have into 3 soul hearts apiece. Ooh, resetting on Tooth Shot as LogCat, I'll be damned. So let's see, still counts, and again, Zwiki's picked up 2 of the 3 guppy items so far, so now he's got to consider a way to try and find that 3rd one at any cost to him here. Alright, still nothing good showing up for LogCat. He could really use some health up is what I'm guessing he's going for at this point. Being that he reset Tooth Shot, I'm guessing he's looking for health. And there's that last item room for Zwiki here on the caves. This time gonna get Harlequin Baby, so nice follower. Gonna follow around behind him, shooting out V-pattern red tears. And might as well check these curse rooms. Only takes a half damage, and he really wants that other guppy item. That was a little too close. See, Zwiki doesn't know what either pill is. He'll take 1 with him. Just gonna leave the other behind. Yeah, still no luck for LogCat. That'd be shot speed and movement speed increase. However, the Halo in that curse room, that's gonna be a run that he sticks with. So, plus to all of LogCat's stats, 1 health container, and he also gets himself, the one thing it's missing is a range increase, but every other stat goes up for LogCat. So now he will grab, the speedball. So movement speed increase and shot speed increase on his tiers. Moving into his first new boss fight against Pin. And again, can't use bombs, doesn't have any anyway, so you can't just do the 1-hit kill. But speaking of boss fights, we got Zwiki taking out, Peep over on the right side. And that'll finish off his cave, so he's just about to hit the depths himself. No, he raced to the chest today, too. So you gotta kill off Blue Baby to get a point. We still do a best 2 out of 3. So there's that flat penny firing off on Zwiki. He got the crown, so let's see those yes crowns. That's Pageant Boy, giving him a whole bunch of money. Flat penny fired off. As you pick up points, has a chance that it spawns a key for you. So again, Zwiki up to 16 now. And I think he's holding on to enough where he should be okay for the rest of this run. Oh, that's right. Otaku's chat add-on's being all goofy at the moment, and he's at a Cruella show, so I don't think that's getting fixed tonight. You may not see any of those famine haze or yes crowns and no crowns. I totally forgot about that. Ooh, that dime chime for Logcat, so he's rich. He's up to 14 cents already. Alright, there's that second item room for Logcat. I was gonna say, he's gonna go find that before anything. And again, with no way to bomb in here, can't use your bomb, so that item rock's completely off limits. Unless that happens, thank you, exactly what I was gonna say, but the game beat me to it. I was gonna say, unless you get a troll bomb spawn that you can push over into it, or drags itself over to you. Interesting. So who would have thought? Wow. Zwiki's got enough keys. I don't know what he's thinking about here waiting. Yeah, haha, thank you, troll bomb. My guess would be that they were just making sure right there. Now I understand. Log was making real positive that the troll bomb was okay for him to utilize there, if you will, because he didn't use it himself. So my guess would be that's what the pause was for. So that one worked out well. So again, soul hearts for Logcat. I love that timing. And into that item room. Wow. I'd kind of consider just using Guppy's Paw here as Wiki and taking my soul hearts and that Book of Shadows. Wow, this is a tough call. Going all the way through the chest, though. Do you want to get rid of your red hearts this early? Well, and with 9 lives, I forgot that he has this, too. Wow, that's going to be tough to decide. Ooh, the relic for Logcat as he gets a God room opened up. So now every 4 rooms Logcat clears, he's going to get another blue soul heart spawn. Easy, easy health up on his side. And now Zwiki has an even tougher decision to make as he knows Logcat's really going to be pushing this one in a second as he's found his item room already. And there's that Guppy's Paw usage, so Book of Shadows going with Zwiki, and he's going to hope that he doesn't lose these 6 soul hearts. If he does, he comes back to life again with 1 red heart, not the blue hearts again. Yeah, finally, a legal relic. So again, Zwiki going to take that Book of Shadows. It'll give him 12 seconds of invincibility whenever he uses it, and that's on, I believe, a 6-room recharge. But again, at this point, if I'm not mistaken, Zwiki's really, really just counting on, and not counting on, but really hoping to find that other piece of Guppy. Yeah, we got that Holy Run going on Logcat's side. Forgot to mention he picked up the Scapular as well. So on Logcat, if he gets down to half a red heart remaining, once per room as he takes that damage, or again, basically anything less than that, cough, cough, blue baby, once per room when you take that damage, you're going to wind up getting a full blue soul heart spawn. So it's a little bit of safety, but I wouldn't rely on that too much either. So let's see, Magic 8 Ball, going to give you 1 card, in this case 2 of diamonds, doubling up Zwiki's money. Gives him a shot speed increase as well. And let's see, he's going to head back. He's already found Curse Room. What else can he find here? So he's probably looking for... Wow, what are you going for here? Ah, your store. I forgot he's got so much freaking money. I wouldn't even bother with this, though. 10 bucks says that is greed. And again, Logcat flying through this Caves 1 again, so he's got Fistula just about dead, and he'll be on Caves 2, just the 1 floor behind. He's got his 5th health container, a little more damage up. Wow. So Zwiki lucked out here in 2 different ways. So Soul Heart for him, and that treasure map, more importantly. You notice as he walks back out to this next room, Zwiki can see his entire mini-map play out. So you get a very, very good educated guess off of that as to where your special rooms are. Ooh, and again, remember, Doctor's Remote, not a banned item here, so this can be used. Logcat's going to do this 1-time Epic Fetus usage on it. Get himself 1 Soul Heart free of charge, walk right back, put it back down, grab that Book of BOILeR again. So very good use. Again, not one of the banned items, so that's a way you can bomb. One of the few. Yeah, finally a legal map. Because the world card would show you the compass effect as well. So, like, you'd have to get lucky going into your store, basically, as Wiki's thinking that, A, that the treasure map's in there. B, that if you want the same effect as the world card, that you'd also have to go back into another store and get lucky that the compass was in there. Also, that you had enough money to buy both. Or that maybe, again, you get very, very lucky and it comes off of a beggar or something. Alright, guaranteed soul heart over there. I was going to say, probably 1-time usage of that Book of Revelation, so a 15-cent soul heart coming off of that. And again, Zwiki already on his depths 2 knows that will not force spawn a horseman fight for him. He knows he's got Mom's Foot at the end of this floor. So 2 soul hearts out of that store for him, and I cannot believe he didn't get greed in either of those. That was pretty damn lucky. It's actually not Konnichiwa. He's on his depths 2, so it's guaranteed Mom's Foot. Good thought, though. I know where you're going with that thought. So you're technically correct, but being that he's on depths 2, it breaks that theory. So technically, though, you're right, because that would force spawn, let's say that you use it on Caves 1. Either Caves 1 or Caves 2, you're going to wind up with a horseman fight. Same thing, if you use it on Depths 1, either Depths 1 or Depths 2, you would get that fight. Again, now we know that on Depths 2, you're getting Mom's Foot, so if you use it on Depths 2, you're safe. You're clear of that. How's Brett? How you doing? Alright, there's one of those banned cards. So again, you can pick up those banned cards. You don't know what they are until you actually pick them up. Zwiki found a Sun card, though, and that's off limits, because that would be a full Red Heart heal, map and compass reveal, and 100 damage to everything in the room. Again, that's a pretty overpowered card. I do love that so much, but it's really overpowered, honestly. Yeah, we got a Guppy Hairball floating around Zwiki. Now you see that little itty-bitty hairball at the moment. If that were to actually come into contact with something, it's going to do contact damage, and if it kills it, it grows in size. So not the all-around greatest of things, but hey, if you happen to make contact, that's damage. So again, you don't really argue it, but I wouldn't worry about going out of my way to find that on any given run either. Alright, again, Log working on his caves too. Still looking for that item room. He's got that boss fight found already, so he'll be right back over there afterwards. And here's why I don't like Necropolis floors. Those Mask and Heart enemies are evil. That's a Blat. How you doing tonight? Zwiki's found his Mom's Foot. So again, he has used Book of Revelations, but since it's Steps 2, this isn't going to work out quite the same. We know it's still Mom's Foot in here. Curved Horn guaranteed damage. Now, he could get a one-time compass effect off of that, Liberty Cap, could Zwiki. But he's going to take that guaranteed damage up on his tiers, and I like that move on his part. It wasn't a real tough decision, I'm sure. On into his Mom's Foot fight, fighting regular Gray Mom. So again, not the scariest. I put this on about the medium portion of the difficulty scale. All in all, not too terrible. Just got to worry about not letting these extra enemies add up on you. Oh, wow. Evil game is evil. Caves 2 Curse Room on the left-hand side for LogCat. That was Sacred Heart. Yeah, that's banned at the moment, so nothing LogCat can do but cry a little bit and walk away. So at least he's found his item room, but wow to that find. That's evil right there. That's the game just knowing what's banned and just being evil. Wow. Terrible, terrible luck there. So hopefully something better is on the other side of this item room door. Crack the Sky's been a pro to LogCat all year, but it's not that damage up off of Book of BOILeR. So let's see, Mom's Foot down, we got her pills. And which, let's see, ooh, 2 fire rate downs, no thanks. Wiki'll try the others, which are both range downs. So not even going to bother. Loses that damage up from the Curved Horn, but takes the Polaroid with him to Zwiki, down to the womb. And again, now with just blue hearts remaining, anytime Zwiki gets damaged, he's going to get a 5-second invincibility shield. Yeah, damn you, Bill F. and Murray. Alright, so moving down into that womb again. We're waiting out this loading screen on Zwiki's side. And again, this is why we will not miss? Yeah, there's an H in that word. This is why we will not miss Flash next year. There we go. Ha! I English good. But hopefully that will disappear next year. Or if anything, maybe Evan just tosses in a troll loading screen where it just goes, ha 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 ha. No, okay, here's your floor. And then it just loops you a few times and like, no, okay, really though, here's your floor. Ha 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 ha. You don't miss Flash, do you? Okay, here it is. And just actually gives it to you then. I could see him doing something evil like that, but I'm not going to miss those loading screen errors. So normal Womb 1 floor, again, going to make educated guesses, and I see, oh man, there's a lot of spots where that boss fight could be, but I'm going to agree with Zwiki here. I'm going to head over to the right-hand side on this map if I'm him. And I'm thinking after this and 2 more room clears, or 1 more room clear, and then the room over to the right, we'll see the boss fight connected, I believe. So I think Zwiki's making a good choice here. And there's that Polaroid enacting. Zwiki took that full heart of damage, gets that 5 seconds of damage shield every time. And speaking of the Liberty Cap, without anything, LogCat going to go ahead and take that as his trinket for now. So again, every room you get, I believe it's about a 1 in 6 chance that you actually get a compass effect to fire off. You have to pay attention to your mini-map, but there is that chance that you can tell exactly where you're headed early. If not, you get a random mushroom effect anyways per room. Now, how the compass is a mushroom, I have no idea, but there you go. And speaking of your boss fights, we were correct, so Zwiki right on over to the only thing you have to worry about here in the Womb 1. There's no stores, no item rooms to find, so Zwiki just wanted that boss and to be moving on. That's exactly what I thought, Talonic. That's exactly what I thought when I read him, like, wow, that no bombs thing, ooh. Like, I could see that being very good or very, very hindering at the same time. So it's worked out trolly for LogCat as he accidentally bombed into a treasure chest earlier and realized it. So he's back on his depths 1 now, where he was before. But he realized it then and had to reset, which obviously that's heartbreaking, but that's the advantage of the rule set. Yes, Zwiki does have Mom's Contact. Yes, he does. That was his second item. No, first item that he picked up on this run. I take that back. Touche, DC. I like that reasoning. That could work. I see where you're going with this, and I'll second that. Good thought. I now understand. So let's see. Finally, with an orbital over on Zwiki's finally going to feel a little bit safer against these upcoming boss fights in the chest, in Cathedral and chest. But he's finally got a cube of meat, so he'll get some shot blocking capabilities that'll also do contact damage. Ooh. That Womb 2 floor. There are 1, 2, 3... Well, technically you're in the same spot there, so we'll still say 2. 3, 4 spots that this boss fight could be. I'm gonna say it's lower right-hand side, but there's a good chance that that's just an arcade or something, maybe a curse room. So we'll see what's down here for Zwiki. He may be on the correct path as well. Absolutely. Get these rolls listed up. What's up, Mag? How you doing? So we got LogCat into his boss fight. If you're subscribed to Cobalt, let's see those Mr. Cools, because we got Loki over on the left side, who he's already just about finished off here. And again, Log working with a very nice health build. There's the difference between he and Zwiki at the moment. Zwiki's got 8 lives left on this 9 lives dead cat, so if he does lose these 4 blue soul hearts that he has, he'll come back to life with 1 red heart each time. And remember, everything here in the womb and beyond hits you for that full heart of damage. So he would literally have to no-hit everything from then on out. What's up, Jay Kessel? How you doing? And thank you. Appreciate the compliment. Pleasure having you in. Ooh, squeezy. So speaking of that health on LogCat's side, how about 2 more soul hearts? A little bit of fire rate increase. Oh, hello, Devil Deal. Hello, Brimstone. I'm taking it. He's got enough health. I'm taking it. And so is LogCat. Hello, Brimstone, with some damage increase as well. Oh, that's going to be sexy. That isn't too bad a charge time either. This is going to be kind of nice for him. So Log not even going to bother. This is what I was thinking. Not going to bother with that item room here. Goes down to his depths too. So he's got a Curse of Darkness, no mini-map available to see. But again, there you see what Brimstone does. Turns your normal tiers that you see on Zwiki's side into that really, really, really nice shot that goes all the way across the screen. Goes through rocks. Doesn't even matter. So again, that's a huge game changer, especially with that damage that he's got with Judas. Deck of cards, I'd consider, I was going to say, using it at least once, see if you can't get something good. Death card will actually help. That could clear out a room that gets real nasty. And again, Zwiki did find somewhat of a dead end. Got a curse room and his arcade. Spent a little time in that arcade, but he'll be backing up. And now let's see. We'll try up to the top here. I'm going to still say lower right-hand side for that boss fight. Also, Buttless Chubb hype. And Buttless Larry Jr.'s for that matter, too. But Buttless Everything hype. Sweet. Yeah, just go for it. Buttless Everything. I still remember seeing that the first time thinking, wow, I didn't know that happened. Frozen Bubbles Chubb hype. How about that? See, it gets better every second, guys. Ooh, Log just missing that knight on his Brimstone shot. There we go. That's the one thing that gets annoying is those knights control themselves right out of your line of fire. Ooh, Log in a Curse of Darkness right on over to his boss fight again. I don't know that he's going to bother with that item room. And indeed, he's not. So again, he's stuck in here right now. He can't get back out. Gonna, get that damage up. Excuse me again with this Book of BOILeR. Wait for some of these eyes to open. He could actually death card him now that I noticed that too. So he could do some real quick, easy damage just with that card. And again, he'll be onto his womb very, very close behind Zwiki here, who is still on his womb too, don't misunderstand me. He is still ahead without question. But this could definitely make for some comeback time, as Log did not have much time spent on the steps too. Oh god, no. If there's a buttless carrying queen, then that no bomb roll really comes back to bite you square in the butt. So let's see, fire rate increase with that wire coat hanger. Log gonna take that Polaroid as well, as he's got half a red heart filling one of his containers, so that'll fire off the same way as Zwiki's does if TheLogcat gets down to just the one red heart remaining. And did he actually grab half a heart, or did I just miss something? Oh, I know why, because he had the extra health in there, didn't he? He had that extra Liberty Cap health, and that's why when he went back down to 3 that it gave him that full heal off of it. I didn't even think about that. I just thought he had 4 health still. Yeah, get it? Bite you in the butt? We'll be here all week. Also, well, I'd say let's get a judgy, please, but let's get it in mind, if nothing else. Oh, and speaking of the compass, now we got a heck of a combination. Treasure map and compass for Zwiki. So talk about being able to know exactly where you're going on your floors. Wait till you see him walk up to the cathedral. He's taking on Mom's heart right now. And again, we race all the way through the chest, so you have to kill off Blue Baby at the end of the entire game. But no more wasted rooms for Zwiki. He's going to head straight to these fights, and that is huge. And again, TheLogcat just starting off this Womb 1 here has got that expansion utero version. So let's see, full card could teleport him out of a dead-end room, but he'll take that death card to do exactly, basically the same thing and insta-kill a dead-end room if he ever needs to. You know, the only problem with Zwiki's, and again, thankfully he's wound up with those other 2 orbitals, so only problem with Zwiki's, though, is that he doesn't really have a health build at the moment. The freeze effect is huge. The 3 orbitals probably could not have been more key timing on those coming out of that arcade. Quite honestly, I'd say that would be the better find here on Womb 2 than anything else that he's gotten to this point. Orbitals are huge in the next 2 upcoming boss fights. No, sadly you can't Fearless. Basically, to get to Satan, you have to choose to do so right here after Mom's heart. So you either go up to Cathedral or down to Shale. And that's what really kind of sucks. I wish there was a way to be able to take out every boss in one run, because that would definitely be the finals, no question. But yeah, you can't do that, which really sucks. So either you go to Shale or you go up to Cathedral and then the chest afterwards. Absolutely, Silver. Wow, I spell good. The rule set? Yeah, whatever. You get the idea. The link there on Immature is what you're looking for, though, for Zwiki's rules. Oh, I typed good. Anyways, Log's found his first boss fight. He'll be right back out for that Soul Heart afterwards, and he's already fought regular Loki. Now let's fight double Loki. So again, if you're subscribed to Cobalt, let's see 2 of them for shits and giggles. Click. Race to Satan, reset, and go to the chest. So we can make that real trolling, and then if you die at any point on that chest run, you have to do the Satan run all over again, too, to restart the whole thing. That could be seriously evil. Anyways, Zwiki finishing off that fight. Again, gonna go straight up to Cathedral after this. And again, that devil deal would just be a way down to Shale, so he doesn't have anything to worry about there. But again, here you see, with that compass and treasure map, Zwiki gonna make his way directly over to that boss fight. And again, remember, with those 16 bombs, his rule set, you can't use them. So if he lines one of these poop socks up correctly, he could bomb through a door. But you'd really have to line that up correctly. It's basically the rule set's kind of there to have to clear everything. So this couldn't have turned out better that Zwiki knows where he's headed here. And again, that flying and spectral tier combination also really being key for him, as he can hang out right on top of these rocks and not have a thing to fear. And TheLogcat in a pretty nasty room for having Brimstone. I'm not a fan of having to take on Envy. Look at all the extra dodging you have to do. This is where it gets a little bit easier, where you start to one-hit everything. When it splits, though, you're going to hit everything in line, and that room becomes a serious, serious mess. Alright, getting that half-heart heal back out of it. Again, Zwiki's still doing a great job, still rocking those 4 soul hearts here at the moment. Again, just has this and the 3 other rooms to clear. He'll be on over to his Isaac fight. But again, remember, we race all the way through the chest, so we still have a lot more interesting rooms to come. Zwiki, again, doesn't have any extras to clear out, though. And again, does still have 8 lives left on that 9 lives dead cat, so definitely not out of it, even if he does lose those 4 soul hearts. Wow, I can't talk. Why didn't Log use a death card? My guess would be he's hanging on to it specifically for either the Isaac or the blue baby fight, because that would actually work out kind of well to take out all the extra enemies in there. Because those screaming babies add up really, really fast. So he's either using this, that death card, he's either going to use it here against Mom's heart, which he actually just came across. There's one spawn in there that if he doesn't have a charge on his Brimstone, that may not be a half bad idea, by the way. Buttless Chub, again, hype. Wow. But again, what I was saying was that basically there's that one enemy spawn that if you don't have your Brimstone charge, might be worth it to just go ahead and fire off a death card to get rid of him. So we'll see which one he uses. Yeah, double Buttless Chub? The hype is too strong. So anyways, fighting their 2 different boss fights. One floor ahead on the right-hand side is Zwiki. And again, with that freeze effect, gonna help out because every time you fire at Isaac, he's gonna fire back at you. When he's frozen, he can't do any of that, though. So you notice this is a huge, huge advantage for Zwiki. If you guys remember this fight from last week, has taken out more than one of our racers more than once. And again, this will help out considerably also with those 3 orbitals he has floating around him. Yeah, my body wasn't ready. I don't think Buttless Chub's body was ready either, twice for that matter. Ooh, that's right. I didn't even think about that. Wow. God, wow, I didn't even think about that, dude. So that's like the straight-up antithesis to Team Poop is Team Buttless Chub right there, because how do you make Team Poop with no butt? Wow, that's something. Casper, have you thought about this, man? Did you know that you have a rival? So look at this, still not a single hit on Zwiki in this Isaac fight. Here's those screaming babies we were talking about, and that might be what Log's saving that death card for himself, because again, if they're not lined up, Brimstone's kind of a pain to use against this. And here you see why they're such a pain. Those triple shots on everyone. Zwiki down to 3 soul hearts right now, walking right on through, getting that last little bit taken off of Isaac. There's everybody else down, so 1 floor left to go. Welcome to the chest for the first time this year. And you start off, wow, with 4 items, and you gotta be careful because one of those is banned. So, ooh, he'll take Stigmata though. So now back up to that 1 red heart. Now Zwiki doesn't get that Polaroid enacted every time he gets damaged, which could really haunt him, but does get damage up because of Stigmata. So it's that fair trade-off you gotta make. Look at this, 2 straight empty rooms. Are you kidding me? Chest, you're not being the chest right now. Can we see some enemies so we know what we're supposed to be facing up here? Really, 3 straight empty rooms. Wow, and this is the easiest chest I've ever seen in my life, guys. Holy crap to this chest. Double Monstro, not the easiest thing, but again, it's pretty effing easy up here, so this is amazing to see right now. Unbelievable. Ooh, full health pill for LogCat. He knows what those look like, and does have that arcade sitting there, but again, with the full health, tough call. We'll go in and see. Ooh, that's the right type of slot machine, if nothing else. Yeah, chest slightly underpowered. Only slightly today. So there's that Brimstone freezing out the entire time. Boy, do I wish that hit other enemies, because that would pretty much clear that room for Zwiki right there. That could have been funny. Ooh, down to just the 2 hearts, though. Log moving up to his, up to his Cathedral, holding on to that full health pill. Again, all about finding these boss fights now, as he's really still not all that far behind Zwiki, and Zwiki's really riding the edge of, yeah, feeling safe at the moment. He would love to see some health up items. But instead, for the first time, we get to see Famine, so everybody can still... or because he's kind of frozen. But nonetheless, there's Famine up at the top and War down at the bottom. So heck of a double horseman fight here, but thankfully War hasn't done a thing to him. Famine out of the way, that worked out very well. And again, Otaku's chat add-on's kind of busted, and Otaku's rocking out the Cruella at a live show right now, so that ain't getting fixed tonight. But, yeah, you can do it in style anyway, so have fun with it. Ooh, logging a nasty triple Gertie Jr. room, but gets a soul heart out of it, if nothing else, because those were blue Gertie Jr.'s. Wow, that's hard to say. But here we go, War just about dead over on Zwiki's side. if he would ever die. There we go. Wow, no extra item spawning for him. So, full charge on his Book of Shadows. 2 hearts, 8 lives on the 9 lives dead cat. And here we go. Blue baby fight looking for a 1-0 lead is Zwiki. So with that freeze effect, Mom's Contact's been helping him out to this point. He's really going to have to rely on that now because he's down to just the 1 heart and 8 lives. Whew, how did that miss? Again, the 3 orbital's going to definitely help out. You see him blocking a few shots here and there, but you can only rely on it so much. And again, no bomb usage allowed. So let's see, full red heart, thank you very much on logs. Wow, finding himself another dead end though. So he'll be back over to the right-hand side. Oh, Zwiki down 1, so 7 lives left. He's right back outside. And let's see, now comes the question of where do you go to pick up anything else? He's going to go look for anything that might have some health up on it. Again, if any chest spawns up here, it actually contains a normal item in it. So even if it's a gray chest, it's going to have a space item, or not a space item, but an item room item, if you will. Yep, and he's still got his charge on the book, too. I like the fact that he didn't use it right now. He's going to go back and try to get something else, so here's hoping something spawns for him. Again, Log's still just looking for that Isaac fight himself. He's on the Cathedral, that 1 floor back, and he's got all this in the chest to look forward to yet. So let's see, Zwiki backtracking. Plenty of rooms left to clear, but there's the fun part. If you walk a little too close to those red poops, there goes 1 of the lives, so he's down to 6. And again, those red poops make contact damage and stink, pun intended. There's a lot of pun intended. Wow, this is the easiest chess level I have ever seen in my life. Unbelievable. These enemies are not the troll and chest enemies that you should be getting. This is ridiculously lucky. Alright, one last way. TheLogcat knows where he's headed now, at least. He's also got that Eternal Heart, which is blocked by those 3 Soul Heart containers he's got, so he's looking for that to become possibly his 5th Red Heart container as he moves up to the next floor. And again, you don't get an item at the end of the boss fight. Wow, those dodges on TheLogcat. Whew. Yeah, where's the Triple Horseman? Yeah, right as you ask that, too. TheLogcat gets it on the left side. Bad timing. Great job there by TheLogcat getting the enemies to do some work for him. There's that boss fight, so he's just got to deal with famine here, and then he'll be onto his Isaac fight and up to the chest himself. So believe me, this ain't over yet, like I said, by any means. Alright, another Soul Heart for TheLogcat. Again, still adding on to that defense for that Eternal Heart he's got. Thinking about his movement speed. Log's happy where he's at. Oh, excuse me for the hiccups. So Log will leave behind that speed belt, but again, moving on in, gonna face off against Isaac here. Damage up with that Book of BOILeR, and here we go. Again, Log has 0 orbitals, guys. So this is definitely gonna be a little sketchy, and you're gonna have to hope that he can dodge really, really well here. And again, on the right-hand side, Zwiki gonna go in, has those 3 orbitals, but just the 1 heart. So it's all a question of when do you actually think about using that Book of Shadows. He's got enough extra rooms, he can get another charge off of it. But again, that takes a lot of extra time to clear, and do you just wait to see if you get to Phase 2, maybe Phase 3 before using it? Speaking of Phase 2, TheLogcat moving into his Isaac Phase 2, so doing really good damage, only been hit the 1 time so far, dodging like a pro. Excuse me again. Alright, Zwiki doing a great job dodging. Wow, to that one. Whew, and he got lucky that he had orbitals there, because if you didn't notice, his orbital actually blocked one of those shots. Log on the left-hand side down to where he's got no protection left for that Eternal Heart. Ooh, and there it goes out the window. So again, those purple shots, kind of trolls, not much you can do. Sometimes you just walk into them as you try to dodge everything else. Aha! At the halfway mark, Zwiki down 5 lives remaining on his 9 lives dead cat. Ooh, TheLogcat down to just the 2 hearts himself. Doesn't want to use that full health pill yet, but would love to save that for the chest level. Whew, these dodges. Oh, getting cheap there. So there's that full health bill for Logcat. Had almost no choice. Ooh, make that 4 lives now on Zwikis. As again, he walked just barely into that red poop. Red poop. Too trolling, man. Yeah, goddamn poop. Zwiki. I knew he was typing something when I saw him pause there. I knew it was going to be some type of reaction to it. Ooh, log to the 1 heart. Make that 1.5 here, but he's only got these demon angels left to take care of. Demon angels? That made sense. Demon babies. Crumps make good sense. So Log will head back, get this heal that he can off of what's available on his floor, and he'll be up to the chest himself. So Zwiki down to 3 lives remaining, dealing with these dual horsemen again. So this time it's Famine and Pestilence. Shut about Huggies. Shining. Yeah, Crumps make English good. Huh? Alright, 1 more heart there. 3.5. So basically full health, if you will, for Logcat at the moment. He doesn't want that extra half a heart. It wouldn't matter anyways, but this actually keeps that Polaroid able to be enacted. And again, he'll be up to the chest himself. He has plenty of keys, just enough to open up the 4 chests in the beginning here, and he's going to hope for something good to come out of this. And remember, no bomb usage available to either of these guys. Ooh, so we got the Bean, we got Pills, we got Little Gish, and we got Shoop the Whoop. Little Gish definitely going to go with. That's almost no-brainer right there for Logcat. Let's see what we get out of the Pills. Ah, he's hoping for another full health, but no luck there. And again, the Bean and Shoop the Whoop going to get left behind. Let's face double Red Monstro in this case. You'll notice Log will just go side to side. Thank you, Little Gish. Look at this. Little Gish laying down the law here. But again, knowing where Logcat's at, so Zwiki going to head back on over into his Blue Baby fight. This time 2 hearts, as he's got that Soul Heart with him. And again, the 3 orbitals still blocking for him. He has those 1 contact orbital and Guppy's hairball to make damage for him if he walks in there as he's invincible with that Book of Shadows. It's just a question of what life you use it on. And there's that first hit, so already a good 15% of the way in, but oh, when do you use that book? Alright, Log in down to that half a red heart remaining, so there you see, because the Scapular also gets himself that 1 full blue soul heart. Wow, that was kind of cheap by Monstro. I figured he was still in the invincibility stage, but Log got cheap shotted there. Alright, if Monstro would stop jumping, maybe Logcat could shoot at him. There we go. Good God. Alright, so Zwiki at the halfway mark. Oh, man. So still freezing him in place. Mom's contact making a huge effect here. It's all about when it unfreezes and you get those shots at you. If you can react quick enough, it does throw off your timing quite a bit, so it is kind of odd. But Zwiki getting very, very lucky with this. It's been a non-stop freeze effect on him. And look at that. I would be popping Book of Shadows right now. I wouldn't even consider this. Just Book of Shadows, walk into the center and hope for the best. Zwiki's got a good chance at this one, but book it now. Look at that freeze effect. So clutch. So clutch. Oh, there it is. Wow. Couldn't have gotten much closer on that timing of the... Wow. So 12 seconds of invincibility, and he almost face-planted that purple shot and died. So, wow. Zwiki, you gave me an effing heart attack right there, dude. All he's got to do is clear that one last angel, and there you go. Wow, Zwiki, nicely done, man. 1-0 lead. And how did this number get stretched so effing bad? What happened to everything on my screen? What is going on with my world right now? Wow, okay, OBS does not want to do anything for me today. What the heck? Anyway, seriously, wow to that finish there, guys. Zwiki, nicely done. That is, yeah... Enough said. That is beyond freaking risky what he did there. But again, getting through only hit 1 time in the span of that fight. And if I could find the right keyboard here, there we go. Sorry, this will get moved in a second. There we go. All right, now it's 1-0. Jesus Christ. We'll switch that again tomorrow. But wow, 1-0 for Zwiki at the moment. Very, very nicely done, man. Jeez Louise. Got hit just the 1 time, and unbelievable timing on that usage of Book of Shadows. I have to say that right now. You got so lucky with that timing, dude. That purple shot was on your nose when you hit that Book of Shadows. But dang, dude, that heart attack on my side, I can't imagine what that felt like for you. Nicely done. Again, Logcat, great job yourself, man. Was right there on Zwiki's tail. But again, 1-0 lead. Zwiki gonna look in round number 2 to finish this off and move on to the finals with a 2-0 victory if he can. Log's gonna need back-to-back wins to do the same thing. So hang tight, everybody. Give us about 2 minutes here. Be right back on the other side of these ads. We'll get them both reset, let them both get a stretch, grab a refill, whatever the case might be. We'll be right back in about 2 minutes. We'll get round number 2 underway. And again, Zwiki will look for a 2-0 win. LogCat going to look to tie this up, force a game 3. So hang tight, everybody. We'll get you the links into both of their channels. Go meet them both. Wish them both good luck. We'll be right back with you. Alrighty, we're back. We got round number 2 just about to begin here. So real quick, let me flip this back on over so you guys can see the rule set that we're running with. So Zwiki got to make these as he's the number 4 seed against the number 6 seed LogCat. We're racing as Judas. We got the same 7 banned BOILeR items, so no Dr. Fetus, Epic Fetus, Ipecac, Dead Sea Scrolls, Holy Bible, Toothpicks, or the Shovel. That also includes the D6, so D6 is banned at the moment. So no re-rolling whatsoever of space use items. Add on to that 4 more space use items here. Well, technically space use, but whatever. 4 more items, let's say it that way. Blue Candle, Mr. Boom, Sacred Heart, which LogCat sadly saw and had to pass on last time, and I know he hates having to do that, but had to pass it last time. Also, Mom's Knife. Again, those are all extra banned items, so 12 total banned items right now. Also, cannot use Emperor card, Sun card, or World card. More importantly, the special rule, no bomb usage unless you're in one very special room in the depths or the necropolis, both of which are basically the same floor. We'll point it out if and when we see it. LogCat knows exactly which one it is though. Unless you can fly, you have to bomb to get through this room. So if those come up, again, then it's okay. You can pick up those cards, you can pick up bombs on the way, you just can't use any of those. Excuse me again, sorry about that. But as I flip over, you may notice we got Zwiki with a 1-0 lead right now as he won very, very convincing, not by a long shot, mind you, but very convincing job as he only got hit 1 time in that blue baby fight. And again, that was real sketchy, but very, very nicely done on Zwiki's side. And looks like we're just about to get going here in round number 2. So again, best of luck, guys. Zwiki gonna look to finish look at this. Gonna look to finish this off and get himself into the finals next week. But he starts off with a banned Dr. Fetus item. So let's see those no Dr. Fetus emotes if you guys would, as that would have turned all of his tears into bombs. And again, bombs are kind of outlawed, so talk about overpowered. Yeah, no, that one ain't happening. But now we're both off and running with our runs. LogCat got lucky again, another relic for him, so every 4 rooms he clears, you get a blue soul heart spawned out of that blue cross. Zwiki on the right-hand side picked up Sister Maggie, so nice follower with some pretty decent damage on her tears. Yep, the only type of glitches that are allowed is, how to explain it? Basically, there has to be a risk involved with it for the player themselves. So something like, and it's kind of weird that it would actually still be okay in this, but Kamikaze, you can actually hug the walls and not take damage. I don't necessarily see that happening, but you could go ahead and do that because there's still the risk that you're not right on the wall per se, and you do take that damage. My sound would have been from the left-hand side. As you may have noticed, LogCat is a Cyclops and has Polyphemus now. So you want to talk about your damage? Wow, to that cheap shot. Are you kidding? So Zwiki starting his over again, but wow, to this damage over on LogCat's side. Again, remember, we're playing as Judas, so you get an automatic damage up. So, or damage on your tiers as opposed to Isaac. Now, he's also got Book of BOILeR. There's that soul heart spawning for him. A little bit of safety health-wise. And big damage output when he uses that book now. Ooh, and speaking of damage output, one out of every 6 tiers fired for Zwiki when there's enemies alive in the room is going to be an attack fly, one of those friends till the end, is he's got Mulligan now. And again, those are damage multipliers when those do come out. So every 6th time you do contact, or do make damage, I should say, with your tiers, there's one of the attack flies right now. And again, that'll be huge damage up when those do actually land. Yeah, it's like 35% percentage was, but there you go, Army's got it for you. Ooh, more damage. Wow, these freaking cellar floors. So the pentagram, 2 more damage up on LogCat's tiers. He isn't even going to look in that devil deal because he can't buy anything anyways. So moving on down to his Caves 1, trying to keep this advantage going as LogCat. On the right-hand side, we got Zwiki taking on an interesting boss fight at this point. Headless Horseman is going to spawn that black pony for him, meaning that Zwiki can get flying ability right now if he wants to replace that Book of BOILeR. And looks like he's at least going to take it for now. Let's see. Maybe you check out that curse room, too. That's just a troll pill. So how about a few more friends till the ends? Ooh, nice card. Hierophant, 2 soul hearts for LogCat. He's going to head right on into his 3rd boss fight, in this case, Champion Tanking Gertie. So a little more damage up again. Wow, look at that chunk of damage. Woo. That's nice. And again, Gertie's got a lot of health, so this is a large chunk of damage being taken right now by these tiers. Holy crap, spiky metal. Thank you very much. Totally unneeded. Thank you, thank you. Alright, last little bit taken off of Gertie there. Ooh, cheap shot by the fly, though. That's the one problem, is you don't fire out too quickly as LogCat. I would say let's see those yes crowns if you want to, but Pageant Boy means more money for LogCat. Another devil deal. Still not much he can do in there. Well, that's something he could do in there. That dead cat is interesting, but LogCat gonna say no to it, and again, won't be able to get back in. Couldn't have taken the shovel, that's banned in the first place, so let's see those no shovel emotes. Those will actually show up. Yeah, it was half of Soul Heart away from being able to. Alright, lining up that charge effect very nicely with Zwiki. Again, that makes you invincible, charges you out in that straight line. And again, that'll be every 6 rooms he's available to do that. And let's see, all sorts of pills, bad gas, bombs are key, tears down. Yeah, wow, that has not been working out well for him. So Zwiki will hang on to his bombs are key pill. Again, you can switch out the amount of bombs and keys that you're holding on to. And speaking of keys, about an infinite amount with that golden key for this floor. So everything locked won't be an issue on Zwiki's side. He's, I was going to say, probably going to buy that soul heart. Indeed he will. And we got LogCat finding his item room here for Caves 1 as well. So, real quickly. Haha! Those troll items. The bomb bag would have spawned bombs every couple of rooms for LogCat to pick up. But again, if you guys check out Zwiki's rules, you can't use them. So making his way back on over to what was his boss room fight. Already has it cleared out, so LogCat on down to his caves too, building up that time advantage. Look at that. One shot, 2 soul hearts out of this as Larry Jr. spawned one for him. How about almost as much money? Actually, I think just as much money as LogCat picked up off of the crown in one chest. Wow, that wasn't bad. So log up to 27 cents now. Zwiki's found his item, or excuse me, his boss fight for Caves 1. Yet to find his item room, though. Being that he's got infinite keys, I'm gonna guess he goes for it. How about an early Polaroid for LogCat? So normally that doesn't, it's not guaranteed to spawn until the end of the depths too, but might as well take it now, being that he doesn't have any other trinket. Alright, Secret Room find. Again, Zwiki gonna have to literally go back out here and take damage the whole time, so not enough special coming out of there. He's just gonna fly through. And again, leave behind that unicorn horn. So would have been nice, but would have taken a lot more damage leaving there if he weren't flying. And speaking of item rooms, let's see what Zwiki gets after this chain reaction. I was going to say it shouldn't have been much more on the shot. Ooh, lucky foot for him. So now gambling is an increased chance of victory for Zwiki. Also gets him, excuse me, nothing but good or neutral pills. Won't tell you exactly what they are. But again, you know you're not getting any stat down pills from here on out. That's a backsaw. They took explosive diarrhea out of the game in, I forget which patch it was, but that was a while ago that they took that out. Alright, log on that one path that he has left here. He's found his item room and should be on his way over to his boss fight as well. Let's see if it does break anywhere, and I think it will head up to the north. Oh, excuse me. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant, Hacksaw. That's the important thing. I screw that up more often than not. Wow, this damage run. Oh my. So LogCat now has frickin' Max's head along with Polyphemus. Oh my god, those tears and that damage. Watch this. Now more damage up because of Book of BOILeR. Wow. Look at the size of these tears. Oh my god. So there's also huge knockback on these as well. Ooh, Zwiki down again. So still hoping for that health up. Zwiki's got an... he might have not noticed he's got an XL floor here. He'll probably reset that when he does find out. Yeah, I was waiting for that anyways. That was an XL floor. You don't want to bother with those to start out with. Ooh, same thing here. Wow, back-to-backers. Look at this damage. Oh my god. How about a fire rate increase? That's what LogCat's looking for. And not even going to bother with that devil deal again. On down to the depths already is LogCat. These masks. So the one problem is if those hearts move just slightly out of your tier, then you're gonna get cornered like you do sometimes. Alright, tooth shot over on Zwiki's side. So, or based off of your stat, I should say, every couple of shots that you fire off is actually going to be a tooth instead, which again, much like that mulligan, is a damage multiplier. Alright, there's that relic spawn and a soul heart for Log, and let's see. Heading on over to the right-hand side, still looking for that item room and boss fight, starting off the steps 1. Yeah, most likely if you're LogCat, you're just like, don't use bombs, don't use bombs, don't use bombs, don't use bombs. And again, Zwiki also made the point that if you accidentally fat finger a bomb, but it doesn't do any good for you, like it doesn't aid you in any way or shape or form, that's okay as well. And we get to do it legitimately, so Famine showed up as a boss fight on the right-hand side for Zwiki, so let's all get, even though the emote won't show up, because again, Otaku's chat add-on's kind of busted at the moment, and he's jamming out to Cruella. But, nonetheless, let's get a Famine, if you would. As he disappears, we get that cube of meat, so 1 orbital on Zwiki's side, and that's our first of this run again. So let's see how this plays out. LogCat would love to find a few himself. There's that magnet. Yeah, Magneto would draw stuff like that coin in the center of the room over towards you. Again, just like magnets, unless you're Insane Clown Posse, you probably understand how they work. So I don't think I have to go too much further with that explanation. Left hand now on LogCat's means more red chests like the one you just saw in that challenge room. Again, not even going to bother with it, though. Wow, Logcat's actually kind of lucky that he had a few of these Ipecac shooters in that room, because again, with no bomb usage available, that room can actually screw you too. I hadn't even thought about that one, but yeah, that room could actually hose you over too if it doesn't have any Ipecac shooters. So if that shows up, we'll probably see a pause on both sides, and then they'll clarify what happens. Because wow, that could be a real troll. I didn't even consider that room when I thought about the no bombs. Yeah, logging that nasty mask room again. It's all about trying to lead these masks slightly away over to another side of the room so that you can be clear. Ooh, that fire rate. So Sad Onion now, you notice up in the arrows box on Zwiki's side, he's got double the arrows there. So again, pretty much what it says, double that fire rate for him. Again, if you're cutting up onions, you're going to cry more by theory, so there you go. And he'll head on into his second boss fight, this time going to take on Pin. Again, can't use that one bomb kill, so a little bit of damage up with Book of Belial, and this won't take too long. And speaking of boss fights, Log's found his Depths 1 boss fight as well. Also got a free entry into a Super Seeker room if he wants it. And a couple attack flies. Might as well try this other red chest. Yeah! Although that isn't going to work well. Thank you, Troll Spawn. Or Troll Bomb Spawn, I should say. And they're just making sure right now would be my guess, is that's why the pause is going on there. Yep. Because again, Zwiki doesn't have a microphone, so Log was asking, Zwiki was typing something in Skype, so Log was making sure that while Zwiki was typing, he wasn't running, because we're really about sportsmanship here, honestly. And there's your proof right there. So knowing that Zwiki was typing to him, Log wasn't moving. So you may have wondered why they both paused up. That's the exact reasoning right there. Log was making sure that he was allowed to do that. And again, ripping through the bloat. That damage is filthy. There's that second heart container for Logcat. He's got another devil deal. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say, I may take Brimstone. That's a tough call, but I'm taking Brimstone as Logcat. Now, he knows he's gonna get another Polaroid. I was gonna say, question is, do you go back and grab the one that's on the Depths 1 here? But he's gonna say no and keep what he's got. So, oh man, Brimstone with a lot of damage. Alright, Bob's Rotten Head. Technically, again, not on the ban list, so that would be a one-time thrown poison bomb. Again, you can just go ahead and use that as Zwiki. It isn't going to do anything except for just throw it on the ground. Again, move on along with that Book of Belial for that damage up for him. Again, working on his Caves 1. He's 3 floors back right now. Logcat is working on his Depths 2. Again, wow, that damage is filthy. Wait till you see this against a boss fight, guys. You'll see just how much damage Logcat's doing. And it makes these rooms immensely easier. Thank you, Relic, for another Soul Heart, up to 5.5 now on Logcat's side. Everything's going to line up beautifully for him. God, does that work nicely. This is why I love Brimstone, guys and gals. Right here. Ooh, just missed 2 of them. I thought he was actually going to one-hit clear that room, too. Again, Zwiki's found himself his boss fight, so taking on Gertie, champion version of it again. That's all we've seen tonight out of Gertie. So a lot more health out of her, and again, won't do the quintuple shots, but she's going to spawn a lot of extra flies and those little pimples, if you will. I can't think of the right word for them, I never can. Log got cheaped there, but again, thanks to his friends till the end flies, at least he cleared everything quickly. Ugh, Guppy's tail and red, or left hand for the time being can be kind of fun. But more importantly, there is what Log was looking for out of those red chests. 2 soul hearts, thank you very much. And he'll keep looking around. There's that third red heart container on Zwiki's side, along with a god room. Oh, it hit both of them now. Oh, wow. They've both seen Sacred Heart tonight and had to leave it behind. Oh my, and the game just gets trollier. How about 10 bombs for Zwiki? Again, if you guys don't know the rules, check out the link right here. That Imager link will tell you why I just said this game just trolled the heck out of Zwiki. Not only can he not pick up that Sacred Heart because he banned it, those 10 bombs that he just got, he can't use. So, his rules are kind of trolling him at the moment. But again, both now have seen Sacred Heart tonight and had to leave it behind. That is painful. Again, Log's got himself a library that I may actually consider. He's got enough damage without that Book of Belial that I might consider checking that out and see if I don't happen to find myself a Book of Shadows. But again, with no keys. Let's see, Log is actually going to keep clearing because, again, still hasn't even found his item room. That's the game again trolling you. LogCat can't get to that key, and he desperately needs it. Yeah, don't put any sharp objects in his hands right now. Alright, one last path to go. I bet you got about a room, maybe two to clear. Or it could just be one of these, and again, Log can't even get into that. There's that item room, come on, key. Or the second time in a row, let's get Guppy's tail showing up on the floor, because that isn't a troll or anything. There's two Guppy's tails on this floor. Jesus, I think it really wants LogCat to take Guppy's tail. What do you guys think? I think it really wants him to have that. Wait for it, we're gonna, we'll be right past the other one, but we won't see it. And again, no keys means LogCat's just gonna have to leave this behind. Speaking of keys, can't get to that one on Zwiki's side either because we can't use bombs. Alright, on into that mom's foot fight, and again, Log will wind up switching out the left hand for Polaroid at the end of this. So we'll wait for the foot to show up, there we go, get his damage increase. Wow! Okay! Holy crap, that damage! Are you kidding me right now? Oh, mother. Alright, so don't even worry about the red health container. There's a Polaroid. If Log does get hit, he gets a 5-second damage shield, but oh my freaking god. He almost one-hit Mom's foot, guys. Holy crap. So onto his boss fight on the right is Zwiki taking on Chad here. He's going to wind up with Little Chad. Every couple rooms that he clears, kind of like that relic that LogCat has, Little Chad's going to wind up spawning a half a red heart for Zwiki to pick up. But wow, to that damage. Whew. That's filthy. It's not just Brim Poly, it's Brim Poly Max's head. Don't forget about Max's head in there too. Yeah, oh, and Pentagram, that's right, I forgot about that. Holy crap, I forgot the Pentagram in there too. Yeah, Log's got a lot of damage up on these tiers. A lot. A whole lot. So he's feeling pretty nice with this build. All he has to do is find boss fights. Again, in the womb, everything beyond that, there's no stores, no item rooms. You're just looking for boss fights. Now, maybe you wind up on the second floor, like in this case, with an arcade. Maybe you get a library out of one of these. Again, they're not going to go out of their ways looking for him. I'll pretty much tell you that right now. We haven't seen anybody do it yet. Zwiki, last time in the chest, different story right there. He was looking for some health up, hopefully. So a little bit different story when you get to the chest. We'll explain when we get there. Yeah, lots of damage. Only a slight understatement. And again, don't forget, he's also got Book of BOILeR for more damage up when he uses that. So, yeah, Log's sitting kind of pretty at the moment, damage-wise. Small rock's going to be really hard for LogCat to obtain, only because, A, he doesn't know where the item rocks are here in the womb, B, he can't use bombs himself. Now, if an enemy bombs it open for him... Wow, really, game? Can you troll Zwiki a little bit more on this run? How about Dr. Fetus again? So let's see those no fetuses. My god, this game is just being cruel to Zwiki right now. But again, it won't, like even right now, like Log would have a chance at any of those 4 rocks in the center of the room actually being an item rock, but he can't use bombs himself. So it's going to be really kind of tough for him to come across it. And if you want to see the rules, check out where is it? That imager link. There you go. That's Fastbot's got for you. Alright, again, World Card is banned, so Log can't use that. He didn't know what it was, though, until he picked it up, hence why he can still do that and put it back down. That's perfectly okay. Same thing, like you can pick up bombs, just on the offhand chance that you do have to use them in the one room that could come up. Brackets are at BOILeR.org. Let me get that link in there. There you go. Spazbot's got the link for you. It'll have the brackets on the very front page as soon as you load up BOILeR.org. Wow, another dead end. So LogCat not getting lucky at all here in the Womb 1 is pretty much going to have to full clear this, as he's only got the one other direction to head here. Speaking of not getting too lucky, trying to spend that money is Zwiki and really didn't use his last key wisely. Into a store, we got greed. So gonna wind up with some more money here. Wow, that dime chime wound up with a lot of money actually, but no keys left for him, so we'll see how this plays. Only the one key for Logcat, and again, in the chest, you kind of want to have 4, so Log isn't gonna bother using up these keys right now. He's gonna hold on to at least the one he's got, hoping for a few more. Alright, and if Zwiki's ever loads. Boop, boop, doop, boop, doo, doo, doo. Come on. Come on, Flash. Wow, what happened here? What the hell happened to Zwiki? I was gonna say, like, he was in a normal room. What the fudge happened here? Oh, dear God. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. Well, you may want to wait a second or two here. I think Zwiki's probably typing to you. Holy crap, what is going on Zwiki's capture? Because that's the only thing on his stream doing that. The rest of it's fine. So yeah, Logcat, if you can hear me, you may want to hold up for a second before that boss fight. Oh, there we go, Zwiki's got it. What the hell was that? Yeah, it's Halloween. Woo! What in the hell was that about? That was weird as hell, man. Too spooky, man. No, Zwiki's fine. Uh-oh. Second he moves, it does it again. What the hell's up with this? Huh. Okay. That's really freaking weird. Yeah, has anybody seen that happen before? It's something with his capture would be my guess, because that's really freaking weird. Alright. Well, that's a new one. I've definitely not seen that happen before. So he's gonna work on this for a second or two here. No, it's his capture, guys. It's not his game. That's just a screen capture, either an XSplit or OBS freaking out. Yeah, it's still doing it to you. Because again, everything else on his stream is fine. It's just the actual capture of it's being a real derp at the moment. That's bizarre, too, that it just randomly happened in the middle of his stream. So it's obviously something with OBS or XSplit. You may just want to restart OBS or XSplit. Whatever you're casting with Zwiki, just give that a reset and see if that fixes it. Because it's definitely something with your capture. It's not the game, unless the game's doing that. If the game's doing that, we have a serious issue on your side. Try moving again, because that's what triggers this. Yeah, it's like Halloween, man. Oh, hey, maybe we got this. Aha! Alright, what the hell did you change, out of curiosity? Because it seems to be working fine now, but what did you change? I'm really curious on this. It's your capture setup? Okay. That's weird, dude. Oh god, I remember that lament. That was so weird. If you guys didn't see it, we had an even weirder one where it literally looked like Isaac just dropped about a 10 strip of acid and just went crazy. Like, I don't know what happened, but like, good god, did it not encode correctly. It was the weirdest looking thing. Like, if you guys have seen me glitch out Final Fantasy IV, it looked like that. So... secondary, switch my secondary monitor between RGB and... Oh, wow. That's bizarre. And sooner or later, it just fixes. Huh, weird. So yeah, it's definitely something with the capture then. Bizarre. Oh yeah, there's a highlight of it somewhere. I'll have to dig it up for you guys. Because that was Trainwreck against... Oh my god, who was he racing against? Uh-oh, there goes again, Zwiki. So again, give us a moment here while he gets this all worked out, because his capture's being a little bit stupid on him at the moment. Was it against Death Star? It might have been. I think you're right, actually. God, that was so many races this year. Wow. I'm trying to think now. Yeah, it's even doing it with pictures and everything there. That wasn't creepy or anything. You. Give me a second here. Let me see if I can't happen to find. Perfect. Let me see if I can't happen to find the link to... I think it's the race that I'm going to wind up linking you guys. Because I am digging at the moment. There we go. Looks like you're all good, at least for the time being there, Zwiki. So far, so good. I guess we hope. Let me see what week that was. That was in week versus... what the heck week was that? Minnesota, where was he? No? No. Wasn't Death Star. Who the heck was he facing then? Oh my god. Wow, I'm gonna have to look into that. It was Trainwreck against somebody, though. Looks like we're fixed, so looks like they're gonna do their own countdown again. Let me get you a link into both of their channels one more time. And they're back off and running, so again, best of luck to both of these guys. And again, sorry about the capture setups, but hey, welcome to the internet. Trying to broadcast, not the easiest thing, and you can't just, like, turn it on and have it go either, sadly. So again, Zwiki had a little bit of an issue there. If it happens again, we know how to fix it. It's just a matter of random luck when it does fix, though. So again, sorry about that, but like I said, welcome to the internet. I had worse crap happen to me, so whatever. Anyways, moving on along, we got TheLogcat working on his Womb 2 at the moment, as he had just finished off his boss fight. Excuse me again, sorry about that. Hopefully you didn't hear the hiccup in time. Anyway, so there's that second key. He's looking for 2 more if he can't happen to find them before he gets to the chest, and he can actually get all 4 of the items at the beginning, and that would be a huge help. But again, just looking for boss fight here, and then he's got the cathedral to worry about. We're again just looking for a boss fight, and then the chest, which, thankfully TheLogcat's got good damage, because the chest with no orbitals is a scary thought otherwise. And there's that boss fight. Zwiki's finished off his Depths 1. I tried blowing in the cartridge. I don't miss you know what? I do miss those days. I can't even say that. I miss the Nintendo days of like, oh, it's glitching out again. Yeah, just, there we go. It's cool. I miss that, actually. When that used to be the only thing you had to worry about fixing, was like, oh, just blow the dust out. And then it worked fine. Those were good days. I'm not even gonna lie. They were good days. Yeah, it used to be so easy. Exactly. Exactly, McGopher. Exactly. Alright, so speaking of orbitals, we're going to add on to that one that Zwiki's got. He's got himself now the second cube of meat, adding on, making Meat Boy's head floating around. Excuse me again, sorry. So that's going to wind up shooting out tears as well as the same contact damage and shot blocking. Check this out, Kane's Eye, his trinket also fired off on Zwiki's side. 1 in 4 chance as you hit a new floor that you get a full compass reveal out of it. So he's going to head on over to the left side, and hopefully that breaks straight up and down, and he should be able to get to both item room and boss fight easily if that's the case. And again, that relic spawning more soul hearts, so more health on TheLogcat's. He's up to 7 hearts now, and there's that boss fight, so he's looking at Mom's heart. Wow, is that just clearing rooms quickly. Temperance would be a blood machine, not even going to bother, he'll keep that death card. And let's see what we can't happen to find. 1 more key would be kind of nice. There's that arcade, that's exactly what Log was looking for. Didn't even get a chance to ask for it, and lo and behold. Ooh, and he gets himself a fortune-telling machine too, so possible soul hearts out of here. When speaking of hearts, we got an Eternal back in the last room on Zwiki's side, so he's got a chance of that 4th red heart container. Ooh. If only Cancer did something right now, and if only TheLogcat could actually take that and not have to take the Polaroid with him, because that would normally be double your fire rate. Again, with Brimstone, we tested it, and from what we can tell, it didn't affect anything. But even at that point, again, Log needs the Polaroid to get into the chest after the Cathedral, so he has no choice but to leave that behind here. Yeah, possible tick. Yeah, that'd be almost an instantaneous reset on TheLogcat's side, because you'd have to find Mom's purse at that point. And you'd have to get lucky, and that'd have to be off of a judgy. Yeah, Crystal Ball's totally cool, too. And speaking of boss fights, like I said, wasn't too far off of being straight up and down here for Zwiki, so moving on in, he's got Mom's foot, and again, had to take that Eternal now, because he can't get back out of this room. So again, regular Grey Mom, nothing too scary about these. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen the real bad ones here today. Oh, it's definitely rough rules. If they were unfair in any way, shape, or form, I wouldn't have allowed them. Because the rules actually have to be run past me beforehand by the racers. So like the week leading up to the races, I keep asking them for their rules. And basically, I've only turned down 1 so far this year. And I really doubt that I'm going to turn down any more, given that I already know the rules for tomorrow and that there's only 1 more race after that. I highly doubt that anybody left is going to give me a banned rule. But you never know. If it's something really, really out of line, I'll turn it down, but otherwise, I tend to let most stuff go. So if whoever's got that home field advantage, if they want to make some type of rule, I let it happen. For the most part. There's, like I said, there are exceptions. Wow, we're gonna 3-hit Mom's Heart. 3-hit, holy crap, this damage. Wow, Brimstone, Polyphemus, Max's Head, Pentagram. Just 3-hit, Mom's Heart. Unbelievable. I'll tell you guys the rules next week, or the one rule that I did turn down. I'll let you guys know next week at the finals, because I don't want to give anything away beforehand. So just in case whoever gets to the finals with the advantage actually wants to make that same rule, I'm not going to let them know that I turned it down beforehand. I'll let them think that it might be okay. So again, log on up to the Cathedral here. He's still looking to tie this up in one. Zwiki not far behind him in Womb 1 at the moment. Again, just looking to get 2 boss fights to take out his Womb. And again, has this one more floor to take out to catch up to where LogCat's even at right now. And again, you see that damage Log's putting out. Yep, next week is the finals, that's correct. Next Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. It'll be either LogCat or Zwiki here, taking on either Slackaholicus or iCasper. And again, tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, we find out who moves on to the finals between Slack and Casper. That'll be 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow again, same start time as this race. And between those two, let's see, Slackaholicus is 17-0, iCasper is 16-1. Casper hasn't lost since week 1. So think about that. Since week 1, both of those guys are undefeated. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be good too. Let's just say that. Tomorrow's going to be dang good. Yep, LogCat took out Cobalt Street last weekend. That's why he's here in the AFC finals, excuse me. Woo, that chunk. So 1 shot. 2 shots. We're already into phase 2 and just about done with it. 3rd shot. And we're gonna 4-shot Isaac. Unbelievable. Wow, to this damage on LogCat's side. These aren't even challenged. Oh my god. So 1 last enemy to take out here. And there's a chest spawning, so with 5 keys heading up into what could be the last floor, Log just keeps building up heart containers. See, Bob's head isn't gonna matter. Health up if he wanted it, but again, with that Polaroid, we're not even gonna bother with the Balchinian. So Celtic Cross, if Log gets hit, he gets it's about a 33% chance that you get that 5-second damage shield, which you get anyways with the Polaroid. So it's already guaranteed, and Log doesn't have to worry about that, but Celtic Cross adds onto it anyways, just for fun. But yeah, this damage is just filthy at the moment. Ooh, and this is kind of a nasty room normally. But again, if you get most of those spiders lined up, even as you're charging Brimstone, they're not too much of a worry to you. And Log doing a really good job here. Yeah, let's count. 1, 2 Brimstones. Yeah, no. Yeah, now he's got a 133% chance. Just in case it didn't fire before. And again, remember, bomb pickups are totally okay, but by Zwiki's rules, not allowed to be used. So let me get those rules listed out for you again here. Yeah, Log can basically one-hit everything. Again, you get 2 ticks of damage off of Brimstone, so technically you're 2-hitting him, but it's really 1 shot, so we still call it 1-hitting. Wow, with all the dead ends, though. And again, can't bomb back out a dead-end room, so thankfully Log, with all this damage, can just go, we're not worried about you. Boom, boom, dead. Next weekend, Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern, Rocket. So same time as this game and the one tomorrow night as well. But Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern for the finals. Ooh, and there's that boss fight. So after almost full clear in his Womb 1 floor, Zwiki's finally come across his Womb 1 boss. And Log getting pretty lucky, still gaining health off of this floor. I'm getting very, very lucky with these enemy spawns. And these chest levels have been very kind so far tonight. I'm expecting at some point we're going to get a real brutal room. And Carrion Queen's about to get 1 shot each of these parts. There we go. All right, here we go. That great chest, notice actually... Oh, wow, could that have not happened at a better time? Any chest up in the chest actually becomes an item. In this case, that great chest actually gave LogCat a halo of flies. So 2 orbitals floating around to block shots finally for LogCat. Ooh, and we've got dueling Brimstones, folks, because there's that Devil Deal after the Womb 1 on Zwiki's side. And you might as well, so dueling brimstones. Now you see infestation as well for LogCat. If he does get hit, he spawns a couple friends till the end attack flies to do even more damage for him. So this tanking build that just keeps building up health containers on logs just got tankier. Yeah, as if LogCat needed the shot blocking, but hey, they're there. That's the important thing, is that they're there. What's up, Zap? How you doing tonight? Ah, and there's that boss fight. So Log on the other side of this room is going to look to tie this AFC Championship game up in 1 apiece and force a pivotal game 3. Again, just rip through Pestilence. Let's start counting the hits, because this is going to go kind of quick. Don't blink, guys. So Blue Baby in... Oh, dear God. 1, he has less health than Isaac, by the way, so it's going to go a little bit quicker. 2 hits, we're already over halfway through. Make that 3. We're going to 4-hit Isaac. Somebody guessed 3 that I saw earlier, and it's going to be a 4-hit, so it's pretty darn close. Actually, Log's just kind of showing off at this point. There was that invincibility, so you might as well walk in. Gains his health back anyways. Thanks, Relic. That was totally necessary. But wow, Max's head. Polyphemus. Pentagram. Brimstone. And we're tied at 1. Wow, to that build, guys. Seriously, that damage was just filthy on LogCat's side. Unbelievable run right there. And on both sides, for that matter, Zwiki was hanging tight. And again, only being on the womb, too. You're not that far behind for the build that LogCat had going. So, unbelievable job by both guys right there. Great job. But we are tied up at 1 apiece. And I hate when you edit these things and they change size. Ugh. OBS's new version is a little bit dumber than the old one used to be. So, this is going to look really stupid now for the rest of the night. Hopefully those are somewhere near accurate. You know what? It's not... and I don't know that I care. Anywho. Stupid. There we go. It's close enough for now. We'll take it. So, like I was saying, we're tied up at 1. I know those ones aren't exactly similar, and that's going to drive everybody with OCD crazy for the rest of the night, but nothing we can do. So again, LogCat, very, very nicely done, has tied this up in 1 apiece. We got our tie-breaking round number 3 coming up in 2 minutes here. We'll get them both reset, let them both get a break really quick and grab a refill, so do the same, guys. Meet you right back here in 2 minutes. In the meantime, like I said, if you're not going anywhere, meet both LogCat and Zwiki. Wish them both good luck here. Again, winner of this next round through the chest is going on to the finals. Losers going home. So again, big match coming up here. This is for all the marbles between these guys. Zwiki with a 2-0 lead in the matches so far this year. Log looking for the important one right now, though. So again, hang tight for 2 minutes. We'll be right back with you. All right, folks, we're back. We got round number 3 just about to begin here in the AFC Championship game. So, real quick, there's the rules on screen again. Excuse me again, sorry about this. You try to chug lemonade right as you notice that the timer comes up, and yeah, that doesn't turn out well for you. Anywho, like I was saying, we're going to play as Judas one more time. We're racing through the chest here. We got, boy, that sounded like I said chest hair. We're racing through the chest. Yeah, that's what I meant. Same 7 BOILeR items are banned. No Dr. Fetus, Epic Fetus, Ipecac, Dead Sea Scrolls, Holy Bible, Toothpicks, or the Shovel. Included in that, though not listed here, is the D6. You're not allowed to pick it up or use it, so no re-rolling tonight. On that note, add 4 other items in here. Blue Candle, Mr. Boom, Sacred Heart, you bastard, that's shown up twice tonight, and Mom's Knife, also on that banned item list, so a total of 12 banned items tonight. Also cannot use Emperor card, Sun card, or World card. More importantly, though, you can pick any of those cards up. You can also pick up bombs throughout the run. You just can't ever use them. Real interesting rule on this one. Again, it made TheLogcat reset in round number 1, so it's really, really interesting. I'll say that much. It's an odd rule, but I love it. So again, can't use bombs to get through rooms, can't bomb enemies, can't get into secret rooms, so on and so forth, unless enemies do it for you. And again, it's a little bit of a risk to make that all happen, but it can be done. So again, let me flip this back over, and like I said, we got a 1-to-1 tie going on right now between TheLogcat and Zwiki22. Zwiki won the first round, TheLogcat just won the second. And here we go, the all-important tie-breaking third round. Winners moving on to the finals next weekend, Saturday at 10 p.m. to face either iCasper or Slackaholicus. And that'll be for all the marbles here in BOILeR Season 2. Winners moving on there. Loser, sadly, is getting sent home tonight. So again, best of luck. They're off and running, and let's see what we got. Wow, 2 kind of trolling items. How about no thanks on the bombs? No thanks on Poison Touch for Zwiki as well. So double resets here, and let's see if we can't start off with something good. But here we go, guys. And again, here's a listing to Zwiki's rules, and if you would all do me a huge favor, here's the split link into both of these guys' channels. We've been trying to get as much exposure for every one of these racers as we can. They're both broadcasting right now live here on Twitch. They are both really, really phenomenally awesome people. Please go give these guys some support. I know TheLogcat, I don't want to say is like, like right on the verge of being a partner or anything, but we can definitely help that along. So please do, everybody. If you would even just quickly give a page view. Don't have to stay long again. Just looking for that page view on there. Give them the support that they really, really deserve. They have earned it this season without question. So go give these guys some love if you would. Pretty good start here on Zwiki, so lots of health, and now that Forever Alone attack fly is going to orbit around him, doing damage to anything it comes in contact with. So he's off and running here, and there's that first boss fight for Zwiki. Yeah, TheLogcat even gets OP Spelunky runs. Now, he doesn't get, like, Slackaholicus jetpack carried, per se. But I'm always excited if and when I beat TheLogcat on a daily score in Spelunky, I'll tell you that much. Because it don't happen often, nor will it again. Demon Baby for TheLogcat, and probably knowing where Zwiki's at, I think he's going to take this. Indeed he will, and we're off and running with TheLogcats as well. So Demon Baby will float around behind him. Anything that gets nearby, Demon Baby automatically shoots at it. So again, have to be kind of careful if they're bomb enemies, for example. Be real careful of walking near them. Ooh, did we get lucky here? So not the greatest of space use items for Zwiki's second, but he did get Book of Sin, which gives you a random item spawning out of it, and in this case, it's a Soul Heart. So more health for Zwiki as he's on a second floor already, now just looking for his boss fight. Yeah, no chads, man, no chads. Actually, wouldn't that be like hashtag Florida from that one presidential vote year? No hanging chads? It's kind of the same thing, right? Anyways, health container and a soul heart there as TheLogcat takes out Larry Jr. He's onto his second floor, and he's got his second item room immediately off the bat. So real quick, judgy please, for Zwiki. At least we got a key, but let's give him something. 2 keys is 2 keys. We'll take them. So homing shots on TheLogcat on the left-hand side. Spoonbender. Diana's going to be happy. We got purple shots, and we got a yes crown. So all sorts of money as Zwiki lucked out and got a dime out of there. He's got 16 cents, and that makes the store very viable for him right now. Yeah, I went there, Gambit. Yeah, I went there. Yeah. I aged myself in the process, but I went there. What, too soon? Too soon? Really? Is it ever too soon? Diana, it's peanut butter and chocolate or peanut butter. Either or. I've got the PB and chocolate ones. Yep. Anyways, Locke finishing off his boss fight. Gonna grab some range up on his. So you've got some health up for Zwiki off of that first room there. So his second health container already. He's into his second boss fight now against Monstro. Maybe hoping to get the same out of this if he can't get so lucky. I'm raiding your houses. They're really good too, honestly. Like was just said, they're really good. Alright, with the key spawn at a perfect time. Already had one anyways, but ooh, Lockhat into his third item room. And hello to the odd mushroom, damage up, and another health container for Lockhat. Zwiki, not quite as lucky. Got himself a god room, though, at the end of his second floor. Wound up with a Holy Bible in there, so let's see those banned Bible emotes if you guys would. And again, that would one-hit kill both Mom's Foot and or Mom's Heart if you were to be using it at the right times. So it is banned by BOILeR rules, and with Zwiki's rules, which, let me get you a link here, those 7 same banned items are still banned here. So can't even re-roll it if he even had a D6, which is banned in the first place. I know, Zwiki's been so unlucky with the god rooms. Like, oh, here's Sacred Heart. Yeah, that's banned. Oh, here's Bible. Yeah, that's banned too. Like, this isn't helping. I'm with Flutterdash on this one, actually. I like eating Pop-Tarts without actually microwaving or putting them in the toaster. I'm kind of weird like that, but I'm with you on that. The less time you can spend, the better. All right, nice use of that flying card there with the Hangman by Lockhat, so getting himself in. Also with that Hermit card, gets to go into his store, and wow, he'd love to find 7 cents. Again, getting into a Seeker Room going to be very tough to do, though, and Lockhat not even going to bother. He's just going to grab a key. And might as well take that pill back with him. Right back on over to his boss fight here to finish off Caves 1, where we got Zwiki on the left-hand side, just to his item room. And, ooh, Tooth Shot yet again. So again, based off your luck stat, you're going to shoot out Teeth for Tears, which are damage multipliers. That's a good point. Pop-Tarts aren't readily available, really, many other places, like from what I've seen outside of the US. Like, for example, I'm sending Angie a ton of these because she has to actually go to like an import store to find them in Australia. So I know a lot of people actually don't have those. If you Google that, though, you'll see what they are. They're kind of like toaster ready. Trying to think of the right word for it. I can't even think of the right word. How to explain Pop-Tarts to somebody that hasn't had them? That's a mystery now. Holy crap, Hacksaw, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, like a toaster pastry stuffed with different types of fillings, like flavor-wise, depending on what you get. That's probably the best way. Anyway, so into that store, Zwiki picked himself up the, and not going to keep it with him, which I don't necessarily blame him for, but tough call here, too. But anyways, bought the Book of Revelations, got himself a Soul Heart off of that. Also now guarantees that he's going to force spawn a Horseman fight, either here on Caves 1 or the next floor of the Caves 2. And actually, that's why I consider taking Book of Rev with me on this run. I want orbitals. So, he knows he's going to get that cube of meat, at least the one out of this. I wouldn't mind seeing the second, though, so I'd really consider taking that with him for spawning it on Depths 1 as well. Tough call, though. At least you get the one guaranteed out of this, so I do like the use. And again, I love Book of BOILeR. Give me damage increase, I'm the happiest camper on the face of the earth. So I'm with Zwiki on this. I'm not doubting what he's doing. I'm just thinking for myself, I may like to have that second cube of meat. Now, he could still get it, but this way it would be guaranteed. So let's see, that Caves 2 item room, there's that boss fight. Like I was saying, definite horseman here on one of the 2 floors, and it's headless this time. So now another choice. Do you replace that Book of BOILeR with flying as Zwiki? And he did it last run. Let's see if he does it again. But again, Scapular, which we've seen before for Lockhat, if he gets down to half a red heart remaining, that'll spawn 1 blue soul heart for him as he takes that damage. And again, just the once per room. See, I like either the, and again, I'm really privy to blueberry, so give me blueberry Pop-Tarts, I'm happy, but I really love these. Really? Game? Really? Jesus. But I really love these chocolate and peanut butter ones. The really came for Zwiki getting yet another God Room and another Bible. You've got to be kidding. I just, really? So anyways, LogCat finding his boss fight here at the end of Caves 2, where Zwiki just got himself to. Speaking of horsemen, we got Pestilence showing up on LogCat, so he'll wind up with a cube of meat. And again, this is where Zwiki didn't luck out. So he's not going to have that orbital that LogCat will in a moment here, and that's why he used that Book of Revelations when he did. So now Zwiki kind of got screwed over there because he didn't even take the pony off of the Headless Horseman. So there's that orbital for LogCat, one for him and a God Room. Make that 2 orbitals, and we got ourselves a heck of a combo going for LogCat now. Double speed with that Guardian Angel now, both on Guardian Angel and his cube of meat. So let's see, 9-volt sitting in the store for LogCat, so he'll think about finding 3 more cents and possibly coming back. He could get a lot more usages out of his Book of BOILeR with that. Good night, Getsu. Have yourself a good one. Hopefully I got that right and it wasn't float taking off. I think it was Genso. I can't see in my chat, though. Is Log in the lead? Yes, technically he is. LogCat's in the Depths 1 right now. Zwiki's 1 floor behind in Caves 2. So yes, LogCat's got basically, now it's about a half floor advantage because Zwiki just found his item room on the previous floor. So we'll give LogCat, yeah, we'll say about a half floor lead here. So the Relic now, hello, more health on Zwiki's side, and that's huge. So now we're not going to worry about that Book of Revelations getting left behind so much. Every 4 rooms, there's no L in that. Every 4 rooms that Zwiki clears, that blue Relic is going to spawn 1 blue Soul Heart for him to pick up. Yeah, absolutely, Overlord. Oops. Right as Awakened threw in the split link. There we go, let's try this again. There's the image room link for you. Ooh, into a challenge room. LogCat finding the compass. So again, with these map revealing items, again, won't show the entire map, but LogCat, as soon as he leaves this room, will be able to tell where his boss fight and item rooms are from here on out. And again, he'll be able to make a pretty educated guess as to what way to head. But into that second boss fight here, so we got our Caves 2 boss fight for Zwiki again. There's that damage up with Book of BOILeR, and he'll take out the Hollow as quickly as he can. Again, remember, no bomb usage allowed, so can't just drop the one in the center of the room and one-hit this. Let that attack fly will do some good work for him. Another God Room. Oh, cross your fingers. If this is number 3. Alright, thank God it's not. How about the Miter? Pun intended with thank God, but whatever. Miter on Zwiki's side now. As he gets hearts to spawn, there's a 50% chance that instead of being red hearts, they're actually blue soul hearts, and again, much easier to pick up for him. And there's that item room again. Didn't have to make too much of an educated guess there on LogCat's side, but we'll see which way he chooses to head towards that boss fight on the left afterwards. Oh, wow, hello. That second to last item room, I don't know that you can get much better. How about the Wafer? Half damage now for LogCat. He can only take half a heart of damage on any hit from here on out. And that's huge. Again, remember, in the womb and everything beyond, everything normally hits you for a full heart. Everything now only hits LogCat for half that. And keep in mind, he's also got the Scapular, so that can really come in handy for him. And speaking of his boss fight, again, not too educated of a guess had to be made there. It was a pretty safe bet he was on the right path. Lover's Card will at any point spawn 2 full red hearts for LogCat. And he's going to backtrack a little bit. Let's see. My guess would be checking out that curse room because he has enough hearts to heal with here. And we got our item room showing up for Zwiki, so staying that half floor behind. We're on the same Depths 1. Oh, that's right, he has enough money now, too. How about the 9-volt? So now quicker charge on LogCat's space use items. Maybe we won't bother with that curse room. I take back what I said. Alright, about a key for Zwiki would be cool. Well, at least we get a soul heart out of this, but Zwiki will be back for that item room if he comes across a key. LogCat, though, gonna work right on over to his boss fight here. Ooh, the Fallen again. So guaranteed Devil Deal item free of charge here. Again, just have to watch out. There are 2... Am I doing my math right? I think 2 banned items that can show up here. So you have to be careful as LogCat as far as where you stand as you do actually make the kill. But not that tough of a fight. Yeah, 9 lives, dead cat. Well, that'd be another reason not to stand near where the items spawn, so no thanks to that. Log will keep the health that he's got. And moving on down to his depths too. Let's see, Necropolis version of the floor, so expansion level. Alright, so Zwiki does have himself a key. First things first though, with that, might as well try a little bit of gambling. He'll head back for this item room would be my guess, before working on over to the right for his boss fight. And looks like about 2 more rooms for LogCat to clear out. We'll see what his last item room is. Ooh, very nice room. Yeah, so 25 cents. At least we got more money for Zwiki now. Kind of makes the store worthwhile, but there's a really good chance that that's greed in the store as well. Either way, no key to get into it yet, so we'll see if Zwiki even gets lucky enough to come across one. And for the time being, it's all about finding that boss fight for Zwiki. Oh, sorry about that, Evil. Yeah, I probably could have explained that better. Ooh, and look at that last item room. How about one more banned item emote tonight? Let's see those no scrolls. Well, actually, it's spaz scrolls now. I keep forgetting about the emote change. Either way, though, let's see those banned Dead Sea Scrolls emotes. Those can give you random space use items when you do use the Dead Sea Scrolls. And again, 2 of those are actually banned items this year. The shovel and can give you a real glitch out of Wiggle Worm, believe it or not. It used to give you D6 usages as well, but that actually got patched out a long time ago. Believe it can still actually randomly give you the Bible, too. Which, again, we've seen plenty tonight. Could technically still one-hit kill Mom's Foot or Mom's Heart for you. And anytime now, we ought to see this boss fight on Zwiki's. There we go. And he can't even get into that Judgy. So, Judgy, if only we could use bombs in this run. Speaking of the Fallen, Zwiki himself gonna get a Devil Deal item free of charge here. What's up, Nog? How you doing? And there's a roll listing for you on Imager. Or on SpazBob with that Imager link, I should say. You were close, Drave. We got it. It's the thought that counts. You were close. Yep, basic gist is just no bomb usage on Judas. There's one room in the depths that you could bomb through if you come across it. We have yet to see it tonight, though. Ah, that Jewel song. So if anybody's wondering, this is Family Jewel 7X on the music right now. So there's the links for you. Wow, guppy items galore. Whew. Too bad that really isn't going to be too usable. So Zwiki at least going to take Guppy's head here. And take that nail back with him. Again, nail gives you damage up. Excuse me, just like Book of BOILeR does, but at the same time also gives you a soul heart. Now, Zwiki really didn't buy Guppy's head for the effect of it being Guppy's head, or the fact that he got one piece of Guppy there. Reason he did it was to bring himself down to just blue hearts remaining. And again, after the fight that LogCat's on here to finish off the depths to, you get the Polaroid guaranteed. Meaning, anytime Zwiki gets hit, after that fight, mind you, he gets a 5-second damage shield where he's invincible. So he played that very, very well, actually. Played a very smart move there. Guppy's head? No, it doesn't. Full Guppy gives you flight. Not just Guppy's head, though. And again, that's only the first piece that Zwiki picked up. I had to think about the run. So let's see. Magic 8-Ball actually mismarked that shot speed increase. And 1 extra card there for LogCat. He'll just take the, well, Empress is nice. I was going to say I'd probably take this, though. Ooh, uh-oh. Zwiki with the habit. Hello, nice stores this evening. No greed in there as well, but wow, the habit for Zwiki, meaning now every time he gets hit, notice to the right of his nail on that space use item, he's got 2 of the 6 charges right now. He gets hit, he gets 3 more charges. Meaning, think about this, with the combination Zwiki has, he gets hit twice, he loses a full heart of damage right now on this floor. He immediately uses the nail, gets that heart back. Gets hit twice more, gets to use the nail again, and just repeats the same process. Technically, Zwiki's invincible until the next floor. So he can just face-plant everything if he wants to, and just keep using up that nail every chance he gets, on which he's also got the 9-volt, keep in mind. Oh, actually, that's LogCat, I take that back. Ooh, finding his boss fight quickly, though, is Zwiki. So, let's see. I may not even bother with the item room here if I were Zwiki. I may just try to catch up to Log, who again is not far ahead, but with that compass only has 1 more room to clear out on his Womb 1, and he'll be straight over to that boss fight. And again, keep in mind, you can see no item rooms down here. There is that 1 challenge room, but Log isn't even going to think twice about bothering with that. Again, remember, with the Wafer, kind of tough to see. Wafer and Scapular, that is, for LogCat. So he's only taking the half a heart of damage. If he does get down to half a red heart, once per room, that'll give him a full blue soul heart on top of it, meaning 2 more damage he can take. Ooh, though going into his boss fight here, it is a horseman. Not necessarily the one you want to see, though. Not a bro. It's Conquest for LogCat. So he's going to hope to do all the damage he can as quickly as humanly possible, because this fight gets to be really stupid trolling. So you notice those beams of light, that crack the sky usage, don't move. That's my only hint to it, is just don't move. You got the best chance of it not hitting you that way. But already 50% of the way through, Log is just melting through. There's that damage, and again, only half of it thanks to the wafer. Alright, and again, not going to get an orbital off of this. Not really going to worry much, though. Does LogCat want flying and that crack the sky usage, or Book of BOILeR? Tough call. I'd take the damage, though. Flying's nice, but this late on, I don't know. Tough call. Log going to take the flying, though. So with the white pony now, crack the sky usage just like Conquest had. You can well, not randomly use that, but it'll randomly bring down beams of light throughout the room to damage anything that walks through them. Alright, gambling on the run if you want it there with Zwiki's last item, the portable slot machine. Again, it's not the nail, so he's leaving that behind, no questions. Nail going with him and on over towards his mom's foot, trying to stay just that one floor behind LogCat. There you see the charge effect and crack the sky off a white pony. And you get the automatic 2 charges back out of the 6 that you need to be able to use it again, thanks to the 9-volt on LogCats. But again, Zwiki facing off against Mom's foot, and yet again, it's regular gray version of Mom. Unbelievable. Like, she has not wanted to be a variant tonight at all. And again, Bomb's pretty well useless. LogCat not going to worry. This one more room to clear out, and he's got Mom's heart coming up momentarily here. So thanks to that compass, Log is really cruising along. And again, Zwiki worried about taking that damage here, as technically, unless Mom hits you, she hits you for a full heart every time. So he's only really taking wafer-ish damage in that case. But if anything else in the room hits Zwiki besides Mom, it's only half a heart anyways, and it still keeps that same invincibility going. And again, this will play even better once we get that Polaroid momentarily for Zwiki. And with that last enemy cleared out, again, Womb 2 already done over on LogCat's side. And he'll fly right on in. We got Mom's heart. So again, well, this worked out well. About squeezy on Zwiki's side. 2 soul hearts, a little bit of fire rate increase. That Polaroid, again, every time he gets hit, you get that 5 seconds of damage shield. Let alone half charge on your, on the nail. So Zwiki looking very good health-wise here. But again, trailing LogCat, definite time advantage over on the left-hand side, as he's already into that Mom's heart fight. Hazard, holy crap, thank you. Thank you. I know. What's up, Foos? How you doing, sir? Freaking loving it tonight, man. These races, I love this rule, too. That no bomb usage rule is phenomenal. I'm really kind of surprised that's the first time it's been brought up. Like, I figured that would have been one that really would have been used a lot more than this year, but hey, it's working out cool. Thank you, Hazard. Really appreciate it, man. Alright, how lucky can we get on Zwiki's side again? Shooting out those tears if nothing else, or those teeth, I should say, instead of tears if nothing else. And again, that attack fly doing some work. Just gotta worry about the mimic shots. And if you notice this, you can actually lead that mimic directly into either orbitals, or in this case, that attack fly, without shooting, and it can't fire back at you because that is straight up mimicking what you do. And again, here's that nasty enemy spawn I do not like without bomb usage. So Log having to deal with these real annoying night enemies and doing a real good job of them so far. And there's about the 30% mark on, just about working down to that 50% mark on Mom's heart. Ooh, a rule randomizer. I could see that being a total troll. I wouldn't, like, in the regular season, I could see that working out better. In the playoffs here, in the postseason, I like the fact that whoever had the better record in the regular season gets the advantage of making the rolls. I like it a little better this way. Alright, a little bit of speed up for Zwiki. Again, used up 2 keys to get in there, so he's down to just 2. And remember, when you go up to the chest, you want 4 at the very beginning room, so he's going to hope that he comes across quite a few more. Maybe a bombs or key pill would be really handy at this point. Alright, 50% off of Mom's Heart over on the left-hand side. Again, Zwiki's still making up some good time here. And every time he gets hit, you get that half a charge on the nail, so he's going to use it every time he gets a chance to. Takes that little bit of damage, 5 seconds of damage shield, but again, half a charge back on the nail. One of the other things I didn't point out, nail can actually crush any rock in the room, excuse me, almost said womb. But again, any rock in the womb actually has a chance of being an item rock for you. It won't have any indicator on it, and you can only get 1 per room. But you might as well take advantage of it right there, like you see Zwiki doing in that previous room. Because again, you might wind up with some good soul heart spawns, maybe even a small rock and some damage up, which would be really, really key for Zwiki right now, because he could use some damage. Has found his boss fight here at the end of Womb 1, but Logcat again just about done with Womb 2, as there's this last bit of damage being taken off of Mom's Heart. And there's his way up to Cathedral. Yeah, the nail can rock the womb. Say that 10 times fast, and I guarantee you'll screw it up. Alright, so we got death for Zwiki, and again, speaking of those horsemen, at least we get an orbital for him, so he'll wind up with 1 cube of meat finally at the end of this. He's been hoping for that for quite a while. And there's a halfway mark for him already. And we got Log dealing with what will be a lot of pretty nasty enemies from here on out. But again, with the wafer, let alone the scapular, he's only taken 1/2 a heart of damage every time. And again, if he does get down to half a red heart, once per room, that'll spawn 1 blue soul heart for him. So he's got a lot to fall back on here. Alright, keeps making his way over to the right, and so far so good. Let's see if this keeps on going here. Alright, there's that cube of meat. 2 more soul hearts for Zwiki. He's on down to the womb too, so that 1 floor behind right now. And it's all about finding his mom's heart fight. Ooh, that dodging. Alright, there's the cheap shot I knew was going to happen at some point. Those laser eyes always get me. I never can dodge if you put them in the far corners of the room like that, and if you put spikes in there especially, I'm taking damage. So he did a great job right there. Ooh, nice. Red Sox in. So Red Sox Cardinals again, huh? I would just like to say that I've been completely wrong on my guesses this year. Because I picked the opposite of that going into the, once I found out the Final Four. I'm like, alright, it's going to be Detroit and LA. Yep, whoops. Alright, so moving into that Isaac fight as Logcat. And again, with the 2 orbitals, he's got double speed on him as well, so lots of shot blocking. Again, only going to take half damage anything that does make contact with him. Yeah, Cardinals can get revenge this time. I'm all for that. I have no affiliation to either team, so honestly, either team can win. I'd be perfectly happy for them. So I don't care who wins, honestly. Even if you beat my team, I don't care if you win. I'm still happy for you, but, you know, I'd be upset it's not my team winning. My team's the White Sox, though, and we're god-awful, so, you know what? Anybody can win. That's my opinion. Alright, Log doing a great job here. Already just about 50% of the way through Isaac, and doing a really phenomenal job dodging everything. Again, as you fire out, if you're making tier damage, excuse me, you're firing out at him, he's firing back at you at that same rate. So it's kind of like having a mimic fight here. You sure about that, Awaken? Because I think we finished with a worse record than the Cubs. I'm almost positive we did. Alright, that double envy fight, again, not going to be god-awful for Zwiki. He's basically got wafer damage. Again, every time he gets hit, you're getting that half charge on the nail. So now he's got damage up as he's used that. And again, if he gets hit again, half a charge again. Second hit would give him that nail usage yet again for another soul heart to replace what he had lost. See in Phase 3, Log finally getting a lot of extra enemies spawning on top of him. Gonna have to use that Lover's card at some point here, as he's down to just the 2 hearts remaining. Whew, those enemy spawns are being brutal right now. This is why bomb usage is so handy, because you can clear these out very easily with those 7 bombs that Logcat has. But instead doing a really good job taking out, mostly worrying about Isaac, mind you, with the tiers, and then you worry about the extra enemies. But if they do build up like they have been, again, Log's been taking them out very nicely here. One more hit, that'll take care of him. Thank you to that soul heart spawn. And just this one extra enemy. Alright, there's that chest available. So again, moving on up. Log's got enough keys. Let's see what we find here. Oh! Band item, Magneto, and oh my god, and vampire heals. Jeez Louise. 2 band items in 1 chest room. How about no? Log's just gonna move on. Okay. Mom's knife would have been really phenomenal. Don't misunderstand me, but wow, this game is just being a troll today. 2 Sacred Hearts and now Mom's knife have shown up as band items. Brutal. Yeah, skeleton key in that challenge room. Not worth it in the womb. And again, Zwiki did find his boss fight, so he's got Mom's heart on the other side of that door to the right-hand side. So again, let's see. Log taking a very educated guess. I'm gonna hope to God that this keeps breaking to the left. If not, that's a real messed up chess map. But we'll see how this plays out. Hopefully this keeps going to the left here, and he should be close to that boss fight. Still holding on to that Lover's card for 2 full red hearts, which is 4 bits of damage that Log could take. So it's really like having double Lover's cards, quite honestly. But again, Zwiki on into that Mom's heart fight. Again, worry about taking these 2 things out first, then hit your space use afterwards. There's an nail usage, so damage increase now for Zwiki. And again, remember, every time he gets hit, I don't know if that damage stacks, honestly. We didn't test that. We probably should have. I didn't think about if that stacks or not, but if it's like Book of BOILeR, the damage does not stack on that. So again, I'm not educated in that. I'm just taking a guess and saying that it doesn't, but I'm not sure. And again, thankfully, that horse will actually take out these masks if they line up right just like that. Now, if only death itself would die so it would stop spawning these masks. Log could be out of this room momentarily. Come on, death, die! He killed off the frickin' horse. And that's how to make this more time-consuming. If you kill off the horse first, you got many more masks to spawn. There we go, now we're clear. Again, Zwiki just about 25% of the way through Mom's heart. Gonna hang around in the middle, let that attack fly do some work for him. Then Log, though, not too far away, it looks like, from that boss fight. Hanging in the center of this relatively easy room, letting his homing tears do some work. Again, can't really tell that they're purple. Sorry, Diana. But those are purple homing tears, as you can see in the arrows box. Oh, Zwiki really does have a great chest build. Giggity. You know what I mean, but great build for the chest level. Damn, that just, wow, you can really misquote the hell out of things that are said in this game. Wow, that was bad. Anyways, what I was trying to say there was that Zwiki's build is really good for going on through the later levels of this game. Maybe he's got a good chest too, you know, I'm just saying. But, you know, what I meant was that he does have a really, really good build. And technically so does TheLogcat because of the wafer that he's got going. And again, with this one last room to clear, he's also got that Lover's card that'll give him those 2 red heart spawns, like I said. Yeah, Dempex. Dempex. I realized how bad it sounded as the last word came out of my mouth, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, that's gonna get misquoted. You notice it at the last second every time. Again, very nicely done there by Zwiki. He's up to the cathedral himself, but he's got a lot of time to make up here. Again, looking very safe on that build, health-wise, not so much damage-wise, but Zwiki's got a heck of a tanking build going. But it's all about TheLogcat at this point, as on the other side of this door, he's got a chance for a 2-1 win. There's Pestilence finishing off. Bombs don't even matter, so he's going to wait for everything to clear. What else are you thinking about? Ooh, what's he going to take in here? Doesn't want the flying, maybe? I forgot what else was in that first room. Ooh, the heals could come in handy. Yeah, I'd probably take that, actually. That, I didn't even think about. Charm of the Vampire, really good choice there by TheLogcat. I totally forgot that was in the room. So now he's got a chance that as he kills off enemies, he gets a half red heart heal every time. And again, with the wafer, that's another full hit of damage TheLogcat could take. So moving on in, looking against, or fighting against, I should say, Blue Baby. One last room, TheLogcat looking to move on to the finals next week. Again, Zwiki gonna have to play some big catch-up in a dead-end room right now. Golden Key not gonna help him all that much, but infinite keys for this floor. also like where LogCat's going with this. He's going to hang on to that Lover's card till about the last second he can. Again, if he gets down to half a red heart remaining, that Scapular is going to enact. Excuse me. Scapular would enact at that point and wind up actually giving him a full soul heart spawn on top of what he's already got. So again, he's left those 2 red hearts up in the corner. He'll be back up for those pretty much immediately if he were to get down that low on health. But at the moment, just going to keep doing his dodge down in the lower corner here where he feels safe. And let's see if he can't keep going through this. Already about 25% of the way there. Yep, and all he has to do is keep killing off those flies. Sooner or later, he's going to get more half-heart heals randomly, so it'll happen. And there's about that 50% mark, so as he gets down to that 1 red heart, or excuse me, the 1 half a red heart remaining, there you see LogCat's picked up that other red heart, but he did get that soul heart spawned off of his Scapular, so that use in this room is gone. But again, beyond 50% damage done, down to that last little bit. Sooner or later, here comes the phase change. Shouldn't be too much longer. Again, LogCat with that wafer, remember, only taking that half heart of damage every time. So there comes phase 3, and now you're really hoping that either that red heart gets picked up or you wind up with some extra heals too. But LogCat looking pretty safe right now. But hold on to your butts. Phase 3 is always interesting. You can ask Wolf about this one. Phase 3 is not a bro. Crack the Sky worked out nicely, though, so charging right through for some damage, hitting some of the other enemies with the light beams. I'm really kind of surprised Log has not picked up that other heart, though. That's the only thing that scares me at this point. And he just wanted that extra 5 seconds of damage shield, but that always scares me. Alright, last little bit. Still a heart and a half for LogCat. And he just has to worry about those extra enemies spawning up underneath him, so we'll stay on the move here. Perfect time for that clubbing of Isaac. Technically, we're clubbing the Blue Baby, though. Last little bit of damage here. Blue Baby should be about dead. Oh, come on. It has no health left on the bar. It's just being a troll now. There's that extra heal off of Charm of the Vampire, so 4 hits can be taken now by LogCat. Make that 6. One last enemy to take care of, and with that last tier, ladies and gentlemen, coming back from a 1-0 deficit to Zwiki22, let alone your number 6 seed out of the AFC. Wow, to this run. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Wow, god dang it, this thing resized itself again. OBS, this new update, not so good with the resizing. I'm gonna have to work on that for tomorrow. So, we'll deal with that later. However, there you go. 2-1 victory for the LogCat. Wow, dude. Very, very, very nicely done tonight. So he is going to move on as your number 6 seed from the AFC to the finals next weekend, Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, that's right. Get that Danny B hype going.